Hello, everyone, and welcome back to session 75 of Pokerole, if I'm counting correctly. This is a kind of a catch-up session. We just did a session last week, but we're doing one this week too, since we had such a collectively long Christmas break for Pokerole. So we're doing one more catch-up one before we go back to our 2-week schedule. We are in the middle of climbing Mount Shiver, and we are going to continue that, which honestly, you know, since we're in the middle of the dungeon, good time for a catch-up week, honestly. Keep the rhythm going. But before we fully begin, of course, if you like the video, do think about giving it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, come over to Twitch. I really would like to make this year the year I hit partner. That's my New Year's resolution, but I can't do it without your help. So if you want to come by, whether it's to lurk or to talk, think about doing so, because even just one more to the view count makes a world of difference, and we would honestly love to have you. Also, we have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out, and you can access our Pokerole Discord from there as well. And I have a Ko-fi link if you want to help directly monetize my content. All links are in the description, so check them out at your leisure. And of course, as I always say, we also have a Pokerole wiki, which isn't very developed, but maybe at some point it will be. And then posthumously, this link sharing will be really cool, because there will be a really cool wiki to go visit. But go check it out if you want to. But in any case, also, you guys may notice that Tucker has the eye changed now, since I kept getting bothered by it every single session since the event happened that changed his eye. So I went and I edited it, and now it is like that, and I hope that makes everyone very happy and less OCD.
You're gonna be so grumpy when that eye fades.
Well, I have the old version too, so if it fades,
Correction, everyone else is going to be really grumpy when that eye fades.
Maybe. But how's everybody doing? It seems like Kyrio didn't sleep that well, so he's not going to be on mic today. I thought I slept well, but I'm honestly feeling kind of groggy. But I'll manage. It's fine. So how's the rest of you?
I'm pretty slow.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you speed up at some point. Are you also tired?
No, not slow. I said swell.
Oh, I thought you said you were slow.
You said slow.
And I'm like, I'm sorry to hear
said
that.
slow.
He said slow.
Absolutely not.
Somebody clip it.
I heard, well, like, oh, some people said they heard smell, some people heard slow. It's going to be the Great Divide now.
Oh no.
Oh god, this is the next fucking dress.
No. No.
Oh, the dress was such a beautiful day. That was such
I
a beautiful
suppose the
day.
Yane versus Laurel thing would probably be the better comparison to this, because that one is auditorial.
Oh yeah, that. I heard both of those, depending on how I listened to it.
Congratulations.
I'm adaptive.
Oh man. And the dress thing, it was like the same day or like the day after, like a big vote on net neutrality came out in our favor. So it was like just a beautiful week for the internet.
But how are you doing, Karserus and Eragon? How was your day at work?
I survived.
Yeah, not as bad as yesterday.
As I said to one of my coworkers yesterday, if it can even be comparable to yesterday, that's not a very good thing. 'Cause yesterday sucked.
Yeah.
Yesterday was beyond bad.
I had off today, thankfully.
That's good. That means you can.
Today wasn't quite as bad as yesterday for me. It was not too terribly bad though. It was all right.
That's good.
Yeah.
Lean on the positive.
Fast. Yeah. Place. But not too fast of food. Moderate pace of food.
But I guess we should get to the recap, which, fortunately, when we're doing dungeon crawling, the recap's a little easier, I think.
I can literally say, you went through the dungeon. Ta-da.
Yeah, we went through half the dungeon. Today, the other half.
Session 73, we went through a portion. Session 74, we went through another portion. Session 75, we have now reached Mount Shiver Peak. Or, well, That's what the song's titled, anyways.
You have reached the other portion of this dungeon.
The quote-unquote
Ish.
deaths. The quote-unquote deaths of the dungeon, whatever that would mean.
Yeah. Also to note, y'all have, at this point, been traveling anywhere from 8 to 10 hours.
Actually, I'm really derpy, and I'm not really sure if we were going up or down.
You guys went up.
Yeah, because we had to take a few downs here and there, so I got a little confused.
That is correct. You even spied the Glalie at some point, and I believe Riley threw a bone at him ineffectually.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Tucker, you don't have to resist the urge to jump over the pit and fetch it.
Indeed. And there was a map tile where you all struggled with climbing, and I may or may not have hand-waved the last few platforms because that would have been cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, there was also Vanillite for being mean. Well, one was.
Yep, there's a Vanillite / Vanillish that stared rudely. Oh yeah, and you all found yourselves in a vertical cavern area, and got attacked by a winter Noivern / ?
I like that variant. It sounded interesting. Also, he was mean. He, she, it.
Yes, they attacked Riley. Well,
Yeah, they always.
Another thing to add to the wants to eat Riley list, as mentioned.
everything wants to eat Riley. I don't think I even plan it like that. I think it just happens.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but at this point it's way too common to be a coincidence.
They still
Maybe
are
it's
dead.
unconscious.
What's that mean?
Subconscious.
Yeah, subconscious. Maybe I'm just subconsciously doing that. Doesn't mean it's intentional.
Doubting Riley voice.
Yeah, I can hear the doubt. I can feel it. It's fine. I'm sure Riley still wants to punch God.
Yeah.
It's really something.
That said, you all have been climbing Mount Shiver for some time now. And it's going to start weighing on all of you. Considering, even for those of you with a decent chunk of stamina, such as Riley and Ralph, 8 to 10 hours of climbing and traveling through extreme weather environments, even with the proper clothing and equipment for such environments, is tiring. But you have reached a point also if there's supposed to be an image there, I do not see it.
I may have accidentally deleted it. Actually, hold on a second. Let me see if I can just...
Oh, okay.
See? Oh, sorry about that. You have to I apologize. You have to restart the music there. Apologies.
No, that's okay. I just thought a dozen things had suddenly deleted themselves. That's
I did fortunately fix what I was wanting to fix, so there we go. It's okay. If you're wondering what exactly happened, I was trying to replace the image with an image on Google, because I realized, oh, right, this is an environmental image, I didn't change it for Mount Shiver. But then, the image I tried to replace it with, Tabletop did not like that image file, so it freaked out and deleted the thing. It'll like this one, though, because I made it myself. Or at least it should. There. Everything is right with the world down. Don't worry about it.
Ah, yes, this imagery. Very appropriate.
I liked it. Actually, I mounted for the Pokemon anime, but it also matches very perfectly to what Mount Shiver represents.
I don't think it's far off. Though to say that mountains look like spiky cones is a bit of an oversimplification.
Perhaps.
Just,
It looks-
just a smidge.
Looks intimidating, so I liked it.
But the group has managed to get up into what looks to be an artificial lava tube of some description. And while the presence of an artificially created lava tube is a bit concerning, there is also nothing immediately around to make your life unpleasant. You could always go down, of course, but that requires loading the previous map.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do that. I mean, like, just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and decide which one we, which
Yes.
way we want to go here.
There's two directions, one of which probably leads towards the outside, one of which probably leads deeper into the mountain, though there's no guarantee that going deeper means you're going to progress. And there's also the two paths that are blocked by mostly melted stone.
There's also no guarantee going out the mountain's gonna be any kind of good for us either, though, to be fair.
This is true.
Like, can I, like, try and sense if there's anything alive at either end of these tunnels? Something that might be potentially very large and dangerous, or otherwise?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and do your insight survival instinct, I believe it is. I should just make a little mini card for your aura ping, I swear.
Yeah, honestly, so we don't have to keep trying to remember what it is.
But imagination.
Look at all those twos!
It's a lot of twos.
That's 5 twos!
Y'all thought you could escape the curse of two.
But
We
it
went
wasn't
to my
two
other
successes.
game last week, where I rolled 5 1s and 3 2s on a damage roll. It's very tragic.
Your fist connects with the enemy. Squeak!
That said, Riley, you're having a tough time concentrating on various pings. You know there is still stuff in this mountain. Way more stuff than you thought there would be, at least. But it also doesn't help that Snom is sort of starting to crawl all over you and try to find a way away from the heat. Because-
I think Tom might have decided which way we're going. I'm gonna see which way they want to go, see which way's more cold. So I'm sure that's how they work, right?
Check it. It's
But
via direction via Snom's heat sensitivity.
Yeah.
but we want to go the opposite way.
Do we want to go deeper?
Yeah, right?
We want to go up
'Cause-
these.
No, because to the core.
Yeah, well,
Peak and then the core. There's no guarantee going into the mountain will get us to the core. But you can't guarantee getting into the top and fucking jumping down will get us to the core.
Alright, bottoms up. Or however the phrase goes, carpe diem.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking?
he
Bottoms up
really
is a
wants to
drinking
drink.
expression.
He just wants to drink.
We didn't bring any alcohol with us on this venture. You're gonna have to wait till we get back home.
Actually, I did. I drank it already.
That wasn't alcohol. That was dubious liquid that was probably poisonous.
That's basically what
Close enough.
it is.
Close enough, honestly.
Alright, onward. I guess upward to the core.
Upward?
Yeah. You know, guys.
Actually,
being super duper hot and then super duper cold and then super duper hot again is actually really, really bad for you. But we're rough and tough, adventurers, so we can take it.
If we are actually going outside, I'm gonna take the moment to put my clothes back on.
Huh. Fair enough.
Alright. I guess I'll help Tucker get Tucker's on too.
Tucker looks gratefully about that and starts rummaging his clothes back out of his bag.
Yeah, I'll put mine back on when I know for sure the sleeves outside and not just like an evil glacier or something or a crazy, Obama snow that's like stuck and it's gonna attack us or something.
As Kyrio says, going outside seems pretty dangerous comparatively, but it'll probably be faster. Which may or may not be true. The Glalie is already inside, but they're also kind of wandering around, apparently? ?
I don't think they know where they're going either.
Tubby's random musings about the number of possible threats makes Tucker seem to think about it too, like what could be ahead. He looks slightly worried.
It's like Rafa's become somewhat passively aware of their weird luck.
Does by the way, Kyrio, is that kind of a Brooke comment that you said there? Kind of seems like it'd be a Brooke comment.
Kind of half and half.
Half and half.
Which
Nice.
is fair.
How about a mountain climbing song, everybody? Oh, far over.
This is one of those situations where it is kind of in character, kind of not. I've had those in the games I'm a player in too, where
Yeah,
it's just easier for me to explain something out of character.
Yeah, and just sort of imply that your character is sharing the sentiment.
Actually, is the lava tube slanted at all, or is it perfectly like straight? Like, is it going upward? It does have an incline, basically, maybe.
Nope.
No incline. Okay.
And it keeps going, by the way. And as you all continue onward in this dark lava tube, which, by the way, you still have the light from your heat stone.
And from your Riolu.
Yes, and from the Riolu Bubble Bobble.
So, you gotta break it and shake it? Or do... Never mind.
Well-
You answered that question on your own there, Ralph.
Well, as I recall, you found a few heatstone clusters on the previous section of the map,
Yes, indeed.
and Brooke lit the heatstone by touching it to one of the clusters.
Which may or may not have recharged it.
Oh, shut up, Kyrio.
But it's true.
If he's not wrong, we shouldn't say it.
As you continue along the lava tube on the direction that apparently leads outside, maybe, since y'all are kind of following Poff,
When you put it like that.
y'all have put your lives in the hands of a snow caterpillar.
They're already a valuable member of this team.
Meanwhile, Zeal is not bothered at all by how warm it is. But you find yourselves at another intersection that's somewhat similar to the previous one you were at, albeit lacking a way down. To your right, at least by the way you're traveling, there's another slagged over passageway. But it appears as though, to your left, there is a natural cavern that this lava tube intersects with that seems to be mostly open if you decide you want to change direction.
Now let's see here. We have this tube that goes through here. Does it line up perfectly Like you could like put a rod straight from one to the other, and like it's not moved. So that could indicate whether it was dug by a Pokemon or some natural. Well, actually, if it was some natural force.
If you mean the left-right pathways, yes, they line up.
Yeah. Well, I mean the one we're going down. It goes in like there's a natural cavern opening.
Well, the natural cavern openings are from the left and right. It's just the one on the right is slagged over, so if you wanted to get through it, you would have to dig through it or break the slag covering somehow.
I feel like smashing down walls in a volcano which there is lava may not be the best idea. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Somebody played Minecraft.
I was going to say the exact same comment.
Yeah.
Riley, tell us your Minecraft channel.
Yeah. Well, you just can't dig.
Fuck off.
You just can't dig up or down, and you're good. But I'm not smart enough to get across what I'm trying to say. I don't think.
So the lava tube continues in the northeasterly direction, I assume, and and the left path is basically
the left path is a natural cavern that, whenever this lava tube was created, it intersected with it.
Ah, okay. What could Tucker do peering down this natural cavern intersection? What can Tucker see?
What can Tucker see? Okay. Give me your insight survival alert, please.
Thinking of the whole like lines up perfectly.
And I think I understand what you're trying to tell me.
Then it's unlikely that a Pokemon lined it up absolutely perfectly if they were like manually drilling through. It'd be more likely.
Yeah, it's not like this is something that was dug through by, say, a.
But like if it's a super duper straight shot, then it's like a laser or an eruption or something.
That is correct.
Because it's not like a Pokemon would more than likely spill out into the cavern, look around, find the next wall, and continue digging, and it wouldn't be as likely to be a perfectly lined up straight shot.
This is not something that was dug out bit by bit. This is something that happened.
Yeah, very suddenly, like a powerful attack or something. Like maybe a super strong Hyper Beam.
I was thinking Hyper Beam too.
I was gonna say Hyper Beam exists.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll be able to use it when I evolve. Well, normal Pokemon will, so I'll be able to use it when I evolve because I'll be a fully evolved Pokemon. But I don't know when. I don't know when the game will learn Hyper Beam.
So, what is my mediocrity of reveal?
Ah, yes. So, pardon me as I scratch my neck. So you peer down the passageway, Tucker, and it looks like it continues on for a little bit. There's wiggly melt marks on the floor, and it reminds you of the glowy thing that you saw way back when you entered into the tunnels at the beginning of last session that you saw really far down. Not to mention the fact you all got to see Glalie freeze over a Magcargo and send it tumbling back into lava. So it's highly possible that this is a spot where a very hot Pokemon decided to travel. The other possibility that comes to mind, or will at least occur to Tucker anyway, is it's possible that lava dripped from the ceiling in this cave at one point. But that is less likely.
Well, regardless, it would appear that whatever did that isn't really around at this time. It probably happened a while ago. So Tucker has no comments that he's going to share with the group about that tunnel. It just looks like another route at the current time.
Which way does Poff want to go?
Poff continues to point you in the same direction.
Okay, well, I'd say we follow Poff first.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best idea we got. And lead the way, little guy.
Tucker quips,
Well, it does seem like a straight shot to something.
Actually, maybe I could find the way by following my nose. I'm gonna use Outer Sleuth.
What
Okay.
exactly are you trying to smell?
I don't know.
The peak.
the pig smell has a very distinct smell. Actually,
Well, Riley, to distract you, Riley, Poff has started to dig through your bag, by the way.
I will pull out one of the snowberries, and I'll feed it to Poff.
There we go. I guess I'm looking for the smell of outside air, the smell of food,
Actually,
smell of anything except one.
I've only got 2 of those. Give him a raspberry. No more of those.
Aww.
actually, what do we know about the peak again?
Next to nothing.
What? Well, okay, fair enough.
It's
I thought we got a little bit of
cold up
backstory.
there as well.
The champion of the last campaign will be up there waiting for us.
We haven't had a last campaign.
So, you guys actually don't have much information on the peak.
Okay. Just so that the Pokemon get a blessing up there or something?
You
At least
know
that's-
that there is a powerful Pokemon that serves as the guardian of this mountain. And
Odor Sleuth for
that-
powerful Pokemon.
Yes. Odor Sleuth for powerful Pokemon. Okay. Ralph, you really don't smell much of anything besides dust and soot and the smell of... I don't know that lava has a smell, but the smell of lava.
Brimstone?
Sulfur.
Brimstone. Well,
Yeah.
brimstone is like sulfur. There isn't really sulfur here.
That's true. Ashen smell.
Yeah.
Yep, guys, I got nothing.
Shall we continue following Poff then, or would you like to fuck around for a little bit longer?
I mean, I would like to, but you know, we're on a race, so we gotta go.
You say this, you also have no idea if the Glalie will ever stop to rest.
Well, imagine not. It was Healing Wish at the beginning of all this.
You say that, but the Glalie didn't benefit from it.
Onward. I can't think of any more witty banter.
As you travel onward, you come to what looks to have been a form of cave-in.
Oh.
Mind you, this is not melted slag, this is like a bunch of rock.
Like, how much rocks? Like, is it... Can we still, like, see around the pile in any capacity, or is it just a bunch of rocks?
It is a bunch of rocks. You can't really see past the pile.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Oh, God.
Wait, where are the rocks? On the split?
In front of us.
In front, just
Yeah,
directly
Before
in
the
front of us.
split.
They're in
Yeah.
front of you guys because
Yeah,
if you
Oh,
look at the tile,
the badge. I had an angle, but I didn't see that.
Yep.
Alrighty. I'm gonna use Body Slam on the blockage.
And here I half expected you to use metronome. Go ahead.
Oh, God, don't.
My Body Slam is safer. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Yeah, accuracy is... That's my god. Just go back over here. Here we go. Stationary target.
I mean, you hit. It can't dodge.
Yeah.
If you failed on this, that'd just be embarrassing, honestly.
Tackle the wrong wall.
Just Ralph closing his eyes and doing a shoulder check, veers off to the side.
Hit Riley.
I would counter you.
Quick, use counter, and then aim it at the wall.
Yeah, dude, that would be hilarious. I would stand up like, yeah.
I can heal any member of this group except for myself. Do not do that.
I'd be like, that's teamwork. Anywho, yeah. Shoulder, body slam that wall there.
It's been
I feel like a
problematic.
body slam is a belly check, and tackle's more of a shoulder check.
Fair enough.
Also, I was going to say, the fact that Riley can't heal himself but can heal anyone else is kind of problematic when he generally is the one taking the most damage.
Oh, go ahead and roll your damage, Ralph. I forgot to tell you.
Very fitting for the character, however.
True.
Strength plus 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1 stab.
And now I know your pin code.
Wow.
Not that
Well,
great.
2!
You've been rolling so bad. Holy
2.
shit.
Jesus.
The curse.
The curse of...
Come
Curse
on. Blessing
Invoke the
of-
curse. Roll another 2 on damage.
Do you want to invoke the curse?
Invoke the curse.
Remember, you also have your hat once a session.
Curse.
Yeah.
Curse.
You do not have to invoke the curse, but I am asking if you want to.
Yeah.
If you fail, you can re-roll your attempt to get the curse. Consider.
Yeah.
Quit being a devil on his shoulder.
Yeah. Well, I want to have a cool moment and burst this thing open. Let's try again.
Alright, roll your damage again.
The curse.
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Here we go. Blessing of 6.
Watch him get 9. Oh my
There
god.
we go.
You
That's
wanted
much
a
better.
2, remember?
Well,
I wanted the blessing of 6.
alas,
Oh.
you do not invoke the curse of 2. You slam your hardy body up against the rock wall, and it rumbles and shakes from the impact. And one rock comes loose and topples down towards you.
Hit him in the head?
You are free
Yeah.
to make a an evasion roll at -2.
-2. Curse of 2.
What's your invasion even at? I'm gonna set -2. Oh god, that's not very good.
Don't ask that question when it comes to
There you
Munchlaxes.
It's 3 dice.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
my god!
Alas, for your hat is temporarily crumpled as you look up and the rock slams atop your head, dealing 1 point of damage.
No, not the hat.
That's not too shabby.
The rock itself breaks into rubble and falls off your head. Your poor hat, it is crumpled.
Hmm.
Maybe we should turn around and go the other way, Brooke says. Brooke says this, however, as a chill wind makes its way through the hole in the rock wall that you guys just made.
Yeah, get
So it is the outside.
Can Tucker see through the rubble
It
at all?
it is up
Or-
high. So if you wanted, you could try climbing your puppy butt up to the top of the rock wall where the hole is.
How big is the gap, exactly?
About head-sized.
Okay. Well, after Tucker makes sure that Ralph didn't just start a landslide of rocks, he will, noticing the wind, he will elect to start climbing on top of the rocks, given that he's got a fair bit of stability being a quadruped, and probably could do a little hoppy-hop.
You've clearly never seen a dog on loose rocks, or rocks in general.
Clearly,
So-
Tucker is doing his best impression of a go-goat.
But what would that be roll? Well, what roll would that be then?
Dexterity, survival, athletic.
It honestly isn't a great roll for him, but here's the thing. If you see dogs climb, yes, they're not great, but if they rush, they can generally do it. Aw. Rush, 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 rush.
Alas, for Tucker tries to rush up the rock wall and scrabbles a bit, only to slide harmlessly onto his butt.
Now, if you both would like to step back a little bit, I'm gonna try and clear the rocks.
I mean, I could just push him through now.
Ralph, back up. I'll clear the rocks.
Alright, here you go. I softened him up for you.
Tucker takes one look at Riley's fists and does back up.
Yeah, I will back up. But
Punch it, I'm gonna... I shall use Force Palm to clear the rocks. I don't even have a punch attack.
You will.
Have a kick. I don't have any of the elemental punches, I'm sorry. If I'm gonna get any of them, I might get one here if I get set on fire or freeze to death. That's how I got them last time.
Somehow Riley receives Blessing of the Guardian, gets Ice Punch.
Last time this character got an electric attack, it's because he got swarmed by a bunch of rape and absorbed enough electricity to thunder punch.
Heal punch would be awesome.
I've done that one already. It's called the heel slap. I did that in one of my games I ran. It was hilarious. However, I'm liking what Brooke's saying.
Combine Force Palm and Blaze Kick? I mean, if you want to.
I feel like that's a good idea.
Is that a martial combo, basically?
I mean, I guess.
So question. What are you doing to combine these two moves, or are you just going to do them in succession?
Do you want a suggestion?
Sure, hit me. I had something in mind, but I'll hear you out.
Okay, I just feel like I could totally see this as like a move in Smash Brothers or a fighting game. A kick that brings you slightly airborne, and then a force palm straight down, and then which recoils you back a bit. That would be a good combo.
You know what? Sure, let's do that. That sounds funny, because I feel like I'm gonna hit my head on the ceiling. Let's go.
I don't know how high the place could have sent you, but okay.
I mean, have you seen Captain Falcon?
I am basically doing a Falcon kick, aren't I?
Alright, Blaze Kick first. Remember, Blaze Kick is a high critical move.
I just need 4.
If that combo actually get played out in a fighting game, I feel like it would slightly airborne the opponent, then smash him into the ground.
And that is a 4. That's
Alrighty. Force Palm at a -4. Kyrio, I was gonna say Force Palm with your foot while doing Blaze Kick to make a big boomy.
Big boomy.
To make a big boomy. That just sounds like an explosive kick, and I'm gonna write that down as a potential meld move for later.
I thought you were going to do an attempt at a meld move.
That sounds like the sort of move that's gonna hurt you, though, too.
Okay, I'm changing my mind. Can I do what Kyrio's saying now? That also sounds cool. I want to create explosions with my feet.
Oh, I'm not cool enough. My idea is less cool.
Hey, meld moves are my shtick.
That's true.
They're not exclusive to you, though yours are honestly really cool. I like them.
Wait till you see mine, which I haven't made yet, but I will once I have a moment.
You will one day.
One day, we're out of this goddamn mountain.
I might be less cool, but I'm more cute.
Kicks you.
I mean, I have expected Brooke to use superpower and just shove the wall over.
But Brooke's not that strong.
You say this, but superpower.
But Brooke's not that strong.
Can I quip what Tucker was thinking about? Like, he was just beginning to form a thought. Since he knows he can kind of shadow sneak, he was thinking, could he get around these rocks?
Well, how does that help us?
You may do your quip as Riley is doing his thing.
No, that was it. I just wanted to. That was it. Since he couldn't even climb the rock wall, he dropped the idea.
Brooke was still thinking of going back, but if this fails, he'll give it a shot. Okay. Because, also, I haven't gotten to see Brooke use superpower. Though I do know that it is harder on you since you are being quiet today, so I will try not to call upon you too much. Okay, what do I make you? Alright, Riley. Let me see here.
I got a crit on the one and a 2 on the other.
Give me a Dex Fight Brawl -6.
Damn, I need to invest more in those. 2.
The Curse of 2 is active.
2.
Alright. Let me look at these. Roll me your strength plus 5.
I somehow managed to make them stack 3 high as well.
Wow!
I with bonus points.
I kind of was actually on my the camera. I had my camera on that, but I wasn't watching. But at least I did record that.
So, I imagine that in Riley's head, it's almost like this little miniature scene where Tiber is coming back with a copy from not paying any attention. And you're like, hey kid, what are you doing? Wait, what?
Where's he get coffee in there?
I mean, not really, but still.
It is kind of funny. It's good on him for not paying more attention.
As Riley rockets himself upward, and what are you doing?
I'm gonna do what Kyrio said. And big boomy.
Describe for me what Riley is doing specifically as he's doing his big boom kick.
Charge up or energy inside of foots, and on moment of impact, explosion of fiery aura energy forwards at the rubble.
So are you doing the leap in the air and then axe kick?
More like roundhouse kick style, but yes, kinda. But jump in the air, absolutely. I am in the air. Okay.
By the way, you take half that damage.
Ow! Oh god, that's 3 damage!
This tube is awful barrel-like, oh no.
Oh god, a fucking matter cannon.
Oh my god. Karserus is the most casual about it, Riley taking damage. Oh yeah, you're just 50% of your HP, that's it.
Ah! I can't heal myself!
Well, here's what happens. When Riley does his boosted explosive kick, Riley, you become quite aware that there's some alarms going off from Tiber at the moment as you attempt to do this. But it's a little late. You're kind of already in the process.
I can't wait to hear him call me an idiot later.
You probably don't have to wait. He's probably calling you it now, but you're a little focused. So, something about that ability of yours is really useful.
Ignore the dude in my head telling me that I'm being stupid.
I bet my idea wouldn't have hurt you.
It probably wouldn't have.
Way less cool.
It probably wouldn't have. But I tried to reward cool.
To be fair,
this is going to hurt.
I suggested a combo, and this was combined two moves into one specific push, which probably works better against the massive wall of rubble. So I think.
Well,
yeah.
Oh no.
Quick, save the table.
Don't worry, I was already on it.
Okay. Moving on. You blast the wall outward, destroying multiple rocks in the process if you're not already blowing them away in the process while you're making a hole. But the backblast from the explosion that you contained at the impact point of your kick washes over you, leaving you mildly scorched. Thankfully for you, Poff was in your pocket.
Thank God for Poff. That was a little toasty. Oh, I'm wearing winter clothes. Get down.
Yeah, your winter clothes are a little singed too. Your foot hurts a lot.
I'm gonna be limping for the next little while, I think.
You probably will be. Actually, roll me a burn die.
A burn die? Oh god, I set myself on fire!
That's super appropriate. Roll me a burn die. You're fine. Yeah, there's definitely scorch marks on your leg. So you land, and there is now a big hole where the barrier used to be, at least. But you're kind of hurt. Also, Poff has this very haunted look about themselves, and they are kind of shivering in fear because fire and explosion.
I'll give Poff another berry.
Don't let me eat all.
Are you sure you want to give Poff another berry?
Yes.
Poff does not eat the berry.
Oh.
Oh. Tucker looks concerned as he watches Riley limp back from what he did.
Well, the result wasn't as bad as I expected.
What were you expecting? We don't know where those rocks went, to be fair.
Oh, right. I just remembered something I wanted to tell, Ralph.
Yes.
So, as you've been traveling through the tube, by the way, this is something I forgot, so it has to be a little retroactive. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I had planned for this, and then I forgot about it. Do you remember the little piece of sky metal that you had?
I do.
It starts to hum. It's a very slight vibration and humming noise. It's very subtle, very difficult to hear, but considering it's in your possession, I figured you would notice and have pulled it out and actually heard it at one point or another.
Quick question, where did he get that again? I completely forgot he had that.
He got that way back in the Drizzle Woods. From an observer.
Oh! Oh, that's right. I remember the Drizzle Woods, but I only remember the amethyst shell.
If this thing is a fucking guide beacon to things with aspects, I'm gonna lose it.
Ralph gets the cool tech things.
It's not even tech, it's rock that vibrates.
I specifically recall saying it was basically USB stick sized and like 2 rectangles put together in shape. It's just they're slightly off from one another.
It's a tuning rod.
Well, it's not shaped like a tuning rod. It's the... Hang on.
It's a tuning rod in quotations.
Here. Let me just... I'll use this space.
I just realized something.
Yeah?
Tucker's not affected by the amethyst fractal shell's hypnosis effect because of his typing or whatever, right?
This is correct.
Okay. I just realized he's never tried looking into it with his new eye. Just a random thought.
You're gonna go fucking blind.
Alright, I'll make that in red. That way
it's the Tetris piece, is what it is.
Yeah, it's like the little S-shaped Tetris piece, almost.
What is?
The thing.
Oh.
Ralph's star metal piece.
Okay.
That's kind of what it looks like. It is small, it's silvery. I don't know why I didn't do that originally. Dang, Riley, that was awesome as heck. And really, really dumb, Rourke says with a grin. Drink some berry juice, and I guess we'll go this way.
Yeah, you quitters. Okay.
Oh, by the way, Riley, that was rash, so, I guess get a will point back.
Oh, cool.
I'm just
I
glad.
could use that to heal, if I can heal myself.
Well, no, you can, technically. Drink your berry juice. Thank goodness somebody said it.
Do I have a berry?
You do.
Oh, I do.
You do?
Oh, it's not berry juice, it's root salve. I can't eat
Drink your root salve.
I will. Okay, I'll...
Oh, right, it's root salve. Whatever. I know what Brooke means. We know what Brooke means.
Wait, does salve equals ointment? Because that's probably good for the burn you just caused.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, I shall put that on.
Apply that. Take a second and apply that.
Ralph probably would rub it on some food and eat it as a topping.
So restore 2 HP, Riley, if you're gonna apply that.
Yeah. I never claimed to be smart, but I did claim to be effective.
Yeah, but you aren't effective. The way's still blocked.
Is it?
No, it's not.
What?
Oh, then
No,
let's
it's-
go.
Yeah, it's not blocked. It's just that's the way the tile looks.
Actually, Tubby, when you disconnected, was
What?
that actually you losing the internet?
Yeah.
Thought
my
so.
internet took
You
it
missed
off.
part of
Oh.
this conversation.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So he
sorry.
didn't see the explosive kick that he used to punch a hole through the middle of the rubble
So
pile.
Riley combined Blaze Kick and Force Palm and
Yeah, I was
created
there.
an explosion.
Is this hole holding? Because it is still a rubble pile.
It doesn't look like there's going to be a further cave-in.
Okay.
It's entirely possible that this was created by a Pokemon using a move like Avalanche or Rock Throw or some such. Or it could just be a natural occurrence that happened. But for now, it seems fine.
Okay.
Also because I'm not going to make you all roll Doom Dice after that.
Very nice. Alright.
So, as you all make your way forward...
Brooke is looking around.
Ah, sorry. Heads inside and takes a look around. Brooke specifically, since you are leading the way on this little charge, will see the end point of whatever made the lava tube. And it's this big circular twisting mark of where the rock has been melted and twisted together. It looks almost like... Have any of you seen like depictions of those big Mayan calendars that are circles? It's kind of that in stature and diameter. But it's just these kind of weirdly pretty melting, swirling patterns. Almost like whatever made this lava tube had a centrifugal force going on with it. Spiraling around.
It was a spinda.
Somebody brought through a giant laser, or a giant drill that has one of those undulating blades.
But does it pierce the heavens?
Sure pierced this mountain, so close enough.
Yeah.
But there is space to your left and your right. The breeze is specifically coming from the path to your left, which looks like it curves around and may even head outside. The path to your right probably leads outside, but not more immediately. There's no breeze coming from that direction.
Okie dokie, so if we wanted to go outside, actually. Though I don't know yet. Sorry. I have to wait for Brooks.
It's okay.
I was gonna sing more of the Misty Mountain song.
Actually, it's probably the group kind of do outside routes, at least here and there, while doing this climb, or...
You see,
There
you get
is
an
some
idea.
concern that Poth might, like, melt if we stay around the hot areas too long.
Yeah.
Brooke's gonna wander towards the breeze, partly to check the conditions outside if it's easily seen from there. That is fine. Alright, let me...
Yeah. Plus, we can get an idea of how far out we are.
Is this implying that Brooke's going alone? Okay. I guess that answers that.
At the moment, unless all of you are necessarily following, though I will assume for the moment that you all are taking a moment to tend to Riley, and also,
Ointment on
Yeah.
my burns.
Yeah, he needs a second for that, so...
and also for Ralph to kind of revel in the moment that Riley has hurt himself.
When actually, when Riley said that you can't argue it's not effective, Tucker was actually going to pipe up and say,
But don't make yourself less effective in the process.
and try to help him out. Get him something to crutch on while he's applying the ointment.
It's not that bad. I've been hit by worse recoil.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, it's just good.
As you head around Brook, you notice that the blizzard is, of course, still going onward, but you all have actually reached a height where the clouds are starting to hover around the mountain. You are that high. But if you would, Brooke, aside from checking the conditions, if you can give me an Insight Survival Alert to check for any immediate dangers, I would appreciate it.
Are you saying the cloud cover is basically pretty level with our current altitude?
That is correct.
Ah, so it's kind of turning into a foggy mist then. That might actually make it hard to see around. We need subtitles for Ralph's sometimes.
Fortunately, you do not see any immediate danger. Or at the very least, nothing that will immediately attempt to harm any of you. Either you or your team, I should suppose. And at current, it is not too difficult for you to breathe. There is no telling if it's more difficult for any of your teammates to breathe at the moment, since they have not come outside, but you also haven't seen them have any difficulty up to now.
I wasn't even thinking about oxygen. That's normally, I think Pokemon don't normally have to worry about that. Like with, the PMD games never address that anyways. There's been quite a few tall mountains in the game.
Pokemon don't breathe.
Pokemon don't breathe, there you go. That's also why random Pokemon just enter the sea in PMD.
Let's see here.
Alright. And I assume Brooke is returning to tell everyone that. Looks like it opens up over this way. We're almost above the storm, too. Blizzard might be less of an issue if we get higher.
Ah, yes, that's clever. You can't be under the weather if you're above the weather. Flawless logic.
Tucker just gives us the look.
That better be the look if I'm looking at a genius. Because if it's not...
It isn't that look.
Whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna slip my jacket on and go outside.
Yeah, Tucker will go as well as soon as he's sure that Riley can walk normally again.
Riley will be fine. Riley promises.
Tucker nods and takes his word for it for now.
Sure is a shame that none of you were provided Oranberry bandages. Those might have been useful.
Bandages in general, honestly.
I have a thought, actually.
A thought that you want?
1 second. Oh, no, that's not it. I was trying to remember if... Let me just check inventories for a second.
I think we all have a scarf.
Huh? Oh, I was gonna say, like... I wonder if that root salve might heal you back to full if we were to apply it a little bit better. And by that I mean, actually, what if we wrapped it so it stayed, you know...
I
think the cold air might keep it on me pretty well in a second.
That is an idea. Brooke could also, if they weren't, you know, almost to the point where using will would be a bad idea, could also attempt to augment any items that you all are using.
But I can't really think of any fabrics currently available that wouldn't...
Well, there is Brooke's scarf. And worst case scenario, you can... Yeah, you need a long rest, and you guys haven't rested yet. So, I'm afraid this is being a bit rough on y'all, in spite of the lack of overall damage.
Yeah, I just had a thought because Tucker was kind of doting a little bit when he saw Riley hurt, and yeah, he might have the thought of like, what if we can make that ointment like better? But yeah.
Well, maybe, just maybe.
Maybe.
Tucker could figure out at some point how to make healing dressings.
It is up. Honestly, Tucker wouldn't mind being able to heal others.
Roll a medicine check.
Yes.
Medicine was actually one of the original human skills.
That's true, actually.
So, again, that is a very human thing, so it would be one of those checks that has logic in it. So...
Not exactly Tucker's best stat. Yet, at least.
It may be worth noting down that that's an idea that Tucker has.
Indeed. I'm actually not too worried. I do have self-healing.
You do? Ralph is self-sustaining, like the infinity of the cosmos.
Is that a fat joke?
No, but now I'm tempted to eventually turn Swallow into a move called Black Hole.
Oh.
Ralph really should be Ralph is a tank. Ralph does an excellent job. Anyway, as you all head outside, the blizzard is still raging, and now you are in the clouds, so there's clumps of like snow and ice that are flying around out here as you all pull up your winter clothing to keep you warm. Brooke, you're also just fine because thankfully you still have the heat stone on hand, so that helps keep you extra warm, unless you give it to someone else. The slopes of the mountain before you look like they drop off rather steeply after a few feet out from the cave entrance, but they do wind around a bit on the mountainside, slanting down and slanting up. Kyrio says, I think we should go up.
Well, fearless leader, let's go.
Hoff is just happy to be out of the heat.
Are they still looking like they've been through a war?
Not anymore.
Okay, that's good.
Tucker nods to Brooke's suggestion, just kind of hunkers down a little low to the ground. Since this is quite a blustery, it's probably the worst part of the blizzard, being right inside the clouds like this. A little higher and that'll be solved, hopefully.
Yes. Above the weather.
Nope, I like the way I had it before. You proceed, finding a slightly more open area with some jagged rocks that seem to be able to provide some cover from the wind, as well as a few other snow and ice-laden pathways that lead to other portions of this other upper section of the mountain. Man, I don't have any water-bendy abilities. All my water moves are self-generated. Something vomits up a water gun that's just a big cylinder of ice because cold.
Ice rams into. Or he lets out the water gun, it freezes midway, he just shrugs and swings his head really hard. It's like a fucking baseball bat of ice.
That could be a move idea. Ice ball bat.
Ice ball bat.
So, basically so there's a bit of a wind-breaking, like, rock pillars or something in front of us? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
There aren't any, trees or foliage this high up, especially on a mountain this cold. So the pathways are laden in somewhat deep snow and ice, and there are rocky outcroppings that you can technically hide behind to get respite from the wind and storm.
Oof.
Which,
Deep snow.
by the way, this snow is up to Brooke's waist.
That's
No.
Let's
Oh,
see.
that's deep. That's
Wait,
deep
hold
snow.
on, I gotta consider something. Yeah, I was noticing that. 3-7, he's 3-7. Tuck's 1-8. So
in fact, Brooke might basically be creating a path for all of you if they're walking ahead, and you can just hunker down behind Brooke to hide from the
Tucker,
wind.
I think you kind of have to, like...
Tucker's head goes about
Tucker's
to his
head.
waist, right? Tucker's head goes to about Brooke's waist, so... yeah, Tucker will absolutely just be falling right behind Brooke, actually.
I'm like
So
eyes
he
and
kind of-
ears above the snow, that's it.
I love the image of just all of you trudging through such deep snow, Brooke going along, their hands in their pockets, in their pocket with the heat rock to keep warm, Tucker just their ears showing behind, and then Ralph with his ears showing, and possibly the top of his head, and then Riley with just like the deadpan expression on his eyes that you can see when that upper portion of his head is showing.
Just a dead inside look, yeah.
Tucker probably is the most windbroke out of all of them, though, because he's right behind Brooke, which is acting as a wind wall, and then, of course, the little tunnel he can hunker down in as a quadruped also breaks quite a bit of the wind as well.
Oh, right, and Zeal is still there.
I guess
How can I forget? Zeal just hunkered down behind Riley, and his fire main is out. So he's just sort of hiding behind Riley, pretending it's not cold. Constantly saying, it's not cold. I'm warm. I'm a warm thing. I'm not cold. I'm fire.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty cold.
You can't be cold. You're big.
If it wasn't for Brooke, Tucker would literally have to do that thing where he just hops in and out of the snow in holes. That would be his way of moving without Brooke around.
Don't psych out our fire cat, Ralph.
Not my intention. I can hear you. But yes, dear. I'll stop.
Thankfully, the snow is mildly less deep behind the rocks in areas, so you don't need to rely on Brooke as much. However, at this point, y'all have gotten through 5 tiles. I require a Doom die.
Doom. Doom. Doom.
Boom, 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 boom.
A good sign, you say. Well, you hear kind of grunting sounds over the howling of the blizzard, and it almost sounds as though there's something heavy hitting something else heavy nearby that you can hear. And it's not like thud or a rocky crashing, it's sort of like a whump, and there's something of a subtle clacking going on, almost like ice tapping on ice.
Is there any gaps between the little, like the rocky, craggy things we're next to?
No, there are not. It's kind
One
of like
solid wall.
it's one big involved structure for the
Okay.
most part.
Tucker was gonna appear between them if possible, but He will be staying attentive, especially with his unnatural sight. Given it's a bit too blustery to see easily, otherwise.
Can I, like, while Tucker's doing that, also try and sense what's making the sound?
Sure. Tucker, if you'll give me the insight survival alert, and Riley, your insight survival instinct, I believe it was, I said before.
Yeah, Tucker has reason. Now that he's back outside, he is immediately worried about snowflakes again.
It's cold.
Brooke may also do the insight survival alert.
Brooke does have the best vantage point.
Yeah, he has a vantage point. Well, we got the whole spectrum going here.
Somebody hop on his head. That'd be perfect.
Knock him over.
So... Oh, before I forget, Ralph.
Yo.
Your star metal piece is no longer doing its thing.
It only vibrated in the thing. In the,
Yes, it's almost as if you got further away from whatever it was that was causing that reaction.
So whatever it was inside, not outside.
Riley, you do a ping. There is stuff nearby. Kind of biggish stuff, but not necessarily big as in powerful, but it is big as in larger in mass. You think. You're also minorly distracted by Tiber in your head.
Yeah, he's doing some stuff.
Oh no, Tiber's actually being a good teacher. What is this?
He's not happy about it though, to be fair. Begrudgingly.
You lean around the outcrop and squint through the blizzard, and you see, on the other side of the outcrop, there are some large shapes that seem to be going back and forth and swinging stuff at each other. And they're making the low sort of grunting noises alongside that clicking whenever they hit each other and move around. Tucker, thanks to your vision, though the blizzard still makes it difficult, because your vision does not prevent weather, unfortunately.
Nope. Bright flurries, quite.
I mean, I could be a jerk and roll a chance for there to be, like, snow that splats in someone's face, but that's not fair.
Aw.
You see big crab-looking critters that are kind of whacking each other with their oversized claws and making those guttural grunting noises. There are also what appear to be little bergmites that are just sort of scuttling along the top of the snow, watching this all happen.
And which path is this happening down, since it's obvious that the path's kind of spider out?
It is on the other side of the outcropping from you guys.
Ah, so it's not on any of the paths, it's on the other side of this area. Okay. Well, Tucker will somewhat quietly quip to the rest of the group.
Seems like some Pokemon are having a little fighter contest or something.
Well, we don't want to disturb them. I'm Kyrio fight is important.
Tucker nods to that.
Besides, we have plenty of our own fights.
They're kind of in the way, though.
Okay. Can we carefully walk around the fight?
Oh, Tucker will go into a little more detail for anybody who can't see properly. I mentioned that besides those 2 fire Pokemon, there are also a bunch of little ice dudes, aka the Bergmites. It's a bit of a crowd.
I'm sorry, I like Bergmites. They're cute.
They are cute. I didn't really appreciate them before, but I like them actually.
One of my favorite X and Y Pokemon.
I mean, I'm all for attempting stealth.
Maybe we can sneak around them without alerting them, Burke says. Which, if you wish to do so, you may totally try.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm all for stealth.
Alright, unless you want to attempt to move in Liu, or do something unique, or want to try and justify a different roll to me, this will be a Dex Survival Stealth.
Can Tucker sense the Pokemon through the snow? Like, if the snow was in his face and he was trying to sense them using what he could with his vision, could he still detect them to some degree? Even if it's very blurry?
What do you mean? As in
I mean that
them?
if he decides to tunnel into the snow, can he still kind of place where they are using his special eye?
If there would be solid objects in front of you, no.
Okay.
So,
I wasn't sure if snow counted as a solid object.
If you mean, like, looking through the blizzard, yes. If you mean looking through solid snow, no.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, your eye does not count as X-ray vision, necessarily.
Alright.
I want to argue that at least the ones behind me should be able to hide easier since they're below the snow line. That is fine. I can take that into account. Especially if Burke is taking the lead.
Yeah, the Pokemon are just kind of grouped up and not really moving around, though. Tucker can kind of place where each of them are, right?
I'm pretty stealthy for once.
Alright, let's see here. What's the roll again?
You can... I need a... Unless you can justify otherwise, a different roll, it's Dex Survival Stealth.
Let's see.
Now, you can remember where they are.
Assuming they don't move. That's the thing.
Yeah, assuming they don't, like, stray terribly far, but there's always that possibility.
Risk,
oh,
yeah.
Oof.
Brooke, not stealthy.
Alright,
You got a red thing on top of your head.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I had anything special to roll, but I don't think so. I just know how Tucker's going to try to sneak. Alright. It's not a special roll, though. Okay. Yeah, I think Tucker's absolutely doing what I think he's going to do, then.
Pretend you belong there.
Brooke. I have a thought. Would you want to use Leader's Countenance to just schmooze your way by acting like you belong there?
Sup, gents? And carry on.
Make a few cheers for the contest, act like you're just one of the spectators.
Yes, very yes. Okay. Okay, that sounds like a cool contest performed to me.
Just kind of give a thumbs up. Like, yeah, keep it up. You show him.
What? I didn't see that roll. Roll again. What's that? Is there a delete button for chat? That doesn't exist.
Oh, that's not much better.
Right, look on the bright side, thanks.
Twice as good. Yes, it is. Give me a minute while I get a drink. From my water bottle.
Wait. I have a thought.
I think it'd be kind of funny if Brooke fails you. I like the idea of Brooke just casually wave and go, "Hey, gents!" Everyone stops, looks at him, and charges.
Oh no! I just feel so bad for Brooke, though.
That's so funny.
I feel bad, but one, the dice have spoken. Two, this may not be as bad as you think. Maybe.
if nothing else, he's proven a very useful distraction for the others.
We can jump out of the snow and get them.
I guess we'll all have time to express how we're stealthy, right, later. But let's focus on Brooke for now.
Yes. Let's do Brooke. You will all get a turn. I promise. Especially if we go in order. Oh crap! I haven't rolled for Zeal.
If we get anything higher than a -2.
I think
So I don't
Zeal might try to follow Tucker's lead, actually.
That's doing fine.
He will try. Alright, he's not too. In any case, Brooke, you do your best to stealth. It's not exactly easy when you are basically bulldozing your way through the snow, creating a path for your friends. You do your best to act like you were supposed to be there. Even going so far as, like, raise your hand in a casual wave, trying to act like you're supposed to be there and keep going. Maybe even hoping that your coloration makes you hard for these things to see. It doesn't exactly work. The crab things are a bit busy doing whatever they're doing. And they seem to be enjoying what's up, fellow ice types. I too am an ice type. Yes, hello. Where may I get some of the ice cubes that we like to chew on? I'm glad that Burke is not actually saying all of that. I feel like Pop would be offended. That said, well, the Crabominables do not bother you. They seem to be enjoying themselves in spite of literally beating each other senseless, it looks like. But several of the Bergmites have come to investigate you. And they have little clickety-skittery noises as they come up. And they're standing atop the snow, and they're watching you, and following along, and following along, up until the point where one of the Carbometables pauses, realizes that their audience of some description is gone, and then they look up. Whoa! Roar! Raising one of their big claws as they start to crab over to Brooke. And now we may go one at a time at what everyone else is doing. And then we can proceed.
See, I think the moment that Brooke was noticed and they didn't get immediately attacked, Bella would just stop stealthing and just stand up regularly again.
You weren't really into it anyways.
Yeah, I didn't do that well on the stealth. I was just like, yeah, we've been spotted. Whatever.
Also, I'm just gonna grab these. I don't know if you want them, but I'm just gonna grab them real fast.
I appreciate this. Also, from a distance, Bergmite's face is kind of terrifying.
Is it? Oh god, what the hell?
It's because it has really tiny pupils.
It does look kind of weird. You got me curious what its model would be moving around like, since we were agreeing that it was kind of cute, and I was like, what does it look like when it moves? I wanted
It's
to know.
cute. It totters around.
God.
Crabominable I've never liked, I'll be honest, but, you know.
Yeah,
it's intimidating, certainly. But
As a Pokemon, I'm not super fond of them, but they are perfect for this area.
certainly are.
They look like big, fluffy crabs.
Guess that's effectively what they are. Okay, so Riley was.
Gosh, they're small compared to you all.
Yeah, you have to. Oh, you're promoted, right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it while you guys describe.
Also, change their. Okay, first? Let's see what Ralph is doing first.
Alrighty, well, since they're not attacking, I guess Ralph will wave at him. Like, hey, guys, you guys having a good fight?
So did Ralph, much like Riley, just follow right behind Brooke? and kind of hunker down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Windbreaker.
Fair enough.
So are you winning?
Are you guys just not stealthing anymore? I think Ralph has chosen to not stealth.
Like, you got noticed, and we just like, okay, you're not getting chewed on or pinched or whatever, so this is probably
To
fine.
be fair, Ralph actually rolled fairly decently, so if Ralph chooses to not stealth, that is Ralph's choice.
Yeah, it is Ralph's choice.
I'm pretty sure they would have noticed me if they even so much as glanced in my general direction. I rolled real bad.
To be fair, if if those guys are falling behind Brooke and Brooke has to stop, then Ralph has to stop too, technically. So, but here's the thing.
I'm gonna ask him if he's winning. Are you winning, John?
I can't head disk on my laptop, Tubby, you know this. Oh, goodness.
Roll the dice to see if he's winning.
I know you hate the open mouth thing, but it really works well when you do jokes like that.
There we go. I fixed it.
Actually, yeah, both Riley and Tubby did good rolls, so they're just breaking stealth intentionally. All right.
Alright. So we've got Ralph. Making the GM groan is probably not a good way to keep the NPCs from attacking us. Look, you guys are free to avoid combat situations as much as you like.
I don't think we've avoided this one. If there's gonna be combat, I'm pretty sure Brooke's about to get pinched by a giant crab.
Well, Tucker didn't do exactly what you guys did. Since Tucker has had enough senses to be able to detect generally where everything was, and it seemed like everything had it seems like there was a captive audience, so ergo things weren't going to move too much. He actually decided to take advantage of the fact that he's way too short to go above the snow, and dug a slightly different path in a bit of a snow tunnel, after kind of predicting where he could basically tunnel through to not run into anything.
Ah, okay. What is Riley doing then?
Just standing back up, not stealthing.
Oh, you have chosen not to stealth.
Yeah.
Hoff is on your shoulder.
Which also means Tucker may be able to hear a few things that are going on, but not really see. He's actually kind of underground.
So Tucker, since you're digging,
And also, that's also why I equipped. I wonder if Zill will just follow Tucker's lead, because he is also a similar height.
Go ahead and give me... Let's give you a good roll for this one. Strength, survival, and instinct.
Okay.
You're a dog, you know how to dig.
Yes. You can make fun of me for climbing, you can't make fun of me for this.
Whoa, hey! I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Brooke says. Don't let me interrupt. And he starts to wave Zeal to follow Tucker, which Zeal does. As Tucker starts digging around Brooke.
From the surface, I don't know if there would be any... Like, there'd probably be a bit of move, like a little bit of snow movement, but... Tucker can hunker down and not really make much of an impact above. Also, Tucker's consistency right now. 4 and then 4. And then before that, there was also a 4, so... It's the new 2 for him.
Also, for Ralph and Riley's sake, there's something to the tune of like 4 to 6 Bergmite that have just gathered around and are staring at all of you.
I have a little ice-type friend, so clearly I am not non-threatening here.
This is true.
Yeah. I'm just gonna continue on.
As Poff makes a noise, one of the Bergmites begins to attempt to climb onto Riley so that it may poke at Poff.
Oh my god, okay.
By the way, Bergmites are kind of heavy.
I'm also really strong, so this is probably just like,
Are you going to accept it? I mean, if it's not doing it threateningly, you might want to...
Yeah, if it threatens Poff, then we have problems, but it can stay for now.
She's gonna slowly get overloaded with small ice types on your body over time.
I think so, yes. I think this is what's happening. Gonna come back with like 6.
Wow, their claws are weird.
They are weird.
Yeah, but the Crabominable is specifically focused on Brooke, and it's making its weird grunting not words. As it gestures and makes sort of punching motions in the air, and then brings its claws and slams them into its chest.
That's an accurate reaction to that, Kyrio.
Blake. Also, Tucker should be able to learn dig. Can Poochie learn dig?
Pretty sure they can.
I think they can.
Even if it's not natural, they can. Also, Ralph, you get to bear witness as Riley is slowly being covered in bergmites.
Oh my god, are they all coming?
He's going to be
How heavy are
devoured
these?
by bergmites, calling it now.
Oh god.
Yeah, you called it. It's not natural, but they learn by TM.
Yeah.
Actually, wouldn't be a bad move for Tucker.
Why is Riley just a Beastmaster? What's going on?
For the most part, the bergmite are following Poff, as Poff is, like, sort of clambering over you and kind of trying to get away from them.
Can I
Poff.
notice that Poff is distressed?
Poff isn't distressed, they're just trying to, like, get away from them, and the bergmite are being curious and following around.
Oh my god.
It's a non-hostile sort of getting away.
Poff has figured out they can't get into your pocket, so Poff is hiding in your pocket.
This is my life now.
It's covered in ice types. Understandable.
I'm using.
I wonder if Zill has the sense to not keep his fire main on while digging through snow with Tucker.
It's not on. It's too cold out.
That's good. He's just trying to dig a stealthy tunnel. It's like melting, just melting. It just reveals. Climb a mountain for 10 hours to get covered in bergmite. That is how it goes, I suppose.
Oh gosh.
Someone asked Strauss. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have any actual active artists tonight, but that's okay.
That is totally okay. Alright, I think you need to back off, Brook growls. Sure, you may. Go ahead and roll for your tough contest in, wait, which one? Leader's pressure, yeah, tough contest intimidate.
I wasn't sure if that was a hostile action that he was demonstrating, or if it was more like he was trying to challenge you to a contest like he was doing the other Abominable. Couldn't tell which.
Oh, terrifying.
So
bad,
that is an excellent roll that definitely takes effect. So please don't let me forget about that.
Hey, Card.
Unfortunately, yes.
Card, don't forget about it.
Gosh darn it. I've done that to other people, I deserve it. So, the Crabominable takes this as a challenge.
Oh.
As it raises its claws high, and the other Crabominable seem to take notice of this, and they do the same thing. And they start to close in. And this one reaches for Brooke and tries to, like, drag you towards the others.
Can I grab the crab? Or am I too covered in little icy boys in order to move that well?
You may attempt to grab the crab if you like.
I want to grab, like, the crab arm that's going towards Brooke. And
Okay.
so he can't
Well,
reach.
I want to see what Brooke's reaction to this is first. And then, depending on that, I will totally give you leeway to grab the crab.
Grab the crab. Grab one more ice type
Grab
to
the
my
crab!
arsenal.
Sounds like a game. Sounds like a little game you play.
So how many bergmites are on me at this point? Like,
Somewhere from 4 to 6.
Oh my god!
I honestly think that would stop you from managing the grab, at least very quickly.
No, just hold on.
I'm just imagining distressed Riley face, just the screaming as he's drowning in Bergmite.
How much do these things fucking weigh? Oh my god, I'm being crushed. Help me.
You're fine. How heavy are they, actually?
They're over 200 pounds.
Each one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, they're very dense little buggers, aren't
I've got
they?
like 1,000 pounds of icy poise on me right now. At least 1,000 pounds.
It's okay, it's weight training, you're a fine type, get used to it.
Yeah, you're kind of weighed down by Bergmite at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything. You're on your own, Brooke.
Well, if he's going to touch me, I'm gonna bite and crunch his arm.
I mean, I could intimidate, too. I could help the intimidation. Like, slam my fist into my,
Use your words.
Yeah. Just slam my fist into my palm, like,
Alright.
to help Brooke intimidate this guy.
Feel free to do tough contest intimidate. Brooke, feel free to roll accuracy for crunch, if only just in case you crit. Since it would not try to dodge this, unfortunately.
Oh, I just click on my face. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Sad. That is not a crit, I don't think.
Oh, all those dice.
Aw.
I don't think they know what the gesture means. None of them have hands.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage, bro. Oh, shoot. It can't dodge anyway. It has 0 dex due to what you did.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
it's not bad.
And 1 chance die to see if its defense is reduced.
Why?
Nope. But, still. Goodness. Alas, you crunch into its arm, which is weirdly fluffy, by the way. You severely damage it, actually kind of
Oh yeah,
partially collapsing that arm.
Alright.
does he flinch?
Oh, right, the flinch. We can't forget about that. Do your flinch.
Everything flinches when
It flinches!
Yeah, I think based on that description you just made, yeah, I think so.
Which means it does not get a reaction back.
That's what's up.
Good call there,
Of
Alex.
course, of course, as it reels, several of its comrades make what appear to be laughing noises. They're sort of pointing at it, going.
I'm gonna join in to make my best imitation.
I'm gonna say something really, really offensive to them, and then
It's cold and I'm tired, so back off. Brooke growls.
I haven't had my coffee.
You should growl of an ice fang. Then they'll like respect you.
So Ralph, you follow in suit. Another one comes up and raises its claws up.
I will respond as if I know what I'm talking about.
Could you guys stop antagonizing the locals for 2 minutes?
I'll attempt to ask it to unbury Riley, like with hand gestures and grunts.
It's not even the Bergmites. I don't think the
the posse of these crabs.
I mean, I'm sure they can help. I'll like wave my hands around, point around,
They're
and
gonna
go,
just
rah,
end
rah,
up
rah.
pinching me.
Meanwhile, this
rah,
entire
rah.
time, Tucker,
Just digging this whole time.
basically, unless somebody calls out that he should be coming out to help something.
Actually, hang on. I need to fix this. Da-da-da-da-da. You're all the way over there.
Yeah, I'll be like, rah, 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 rah.
Oh, okay.
So, Ralph.
And like the hand gestures and points and like rah, 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 and just random noises trying to
So-
convey, help me unbury Riley.
I require a smart contest perform and then a logic roll.
Alright.
Separate mostly so that you don't end up with a bunch of ones.
Alright. Yeah, imagine I learned these guys' language by just sticking around. Alright, there we go. Smart logic perform. Or, yeah, smart contest perform, rather. Always with the ones. Alright, and then a separate logic.
Tucker and Zeal should be across the field by now. You can run for it if it gets too hairy.
Or fluffy.
Oh.
Alas. So, you kind of managed to get the point across that the Bergmites are kind of weighing down your friend there. So, this mildly smaller Crabominable begins plucking up the Bergmites and just tossing them.
Oh.
And it's just and poof into the snow with each one.
I like to imagine one of them lands like right next to Tucker and is
And it's not even paying attention. So it grabs your head at one point and flings you.
Fuck.
You land
Just
in a
already
snow
only
pile.
being grabbed by the head and flung.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
That's a picture right there. That's a picture right there.
Thank you.
Also, I didn't say it, but it is appreciated if you are working on something.
If you are working on
any
it, I
adult art
appreciate
is
it.
appreciated.
If you're not, that's fine too. It's totally understandable. Either way,
So,
it's optional.
Brooke. I need to look at its moves. Do. Eh.
Also, I was gonna suggest to Riley could seeing the Puff really likes those snowberries. If he just threw some on the ground, the Bergmite might leave and go get those.
Those are boss food.
So,
That's true.
oh goodness, that's terrible. The Crabominable, by the by,
Oh my
Brooke,
God.
that's facing you, winds up its good arm and swings at you. So if you would like, you may, since this is a move, you may dodge or clash it or do what have you, since it is a move. Evasion. Sorry, didn't mean to hiccup. Evasion is Dex Fight Evasion.
Are the Bergmites showing any hostility whatsoever? Or are they just really just hanging out?
Bergmite are chill.
Okay. Because it's an ice type, but Tish.
This move is Dizzy Punch.
That would be mildly disruptive if that's... Well... I presume.
Oh, I have a devious idea.
It just barely whiffs as you lean back and use the snow to support yourself.
Hey, you see your friend over there? I'm gonna point to the one fighting Brooke. He's trying to get an advantage by getting, special training. You better go interrupt his training.
You may attempt a grapple attempt at -2, since we are going to treat this like it is impromptu combat.
Actually, since you already bit him, yeah, suplex this guy. He's already weak. Superpower, that's smart.
Oh yeah, you can totally do that.
They
Well,
feel-
in which case, just use superpower at -2, since you have already evaded.
Throw him in the direction Riley is. Riley, get him out of the air. I don't know where I am relative to you at this point, but throw him my way. I'll get him.
Oh, this is all lethal. I didn't
Oh.
forgot about that.
Well, lethal moves do not have to be lethal.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Brooke
like.
is very
forgot
lethal.
that
He's
it
got
was.
2 lethal. Crunch is lethal. Brooke is a dangerous person.
This thing has 0 dex.
Tucker has yet to get Trudge, but it is a point.
They throw him at Riley. Come on. I'll hit him. I'll hit him. I'll hit him out of the air. Let's go.
Got a beach ball.
Yeah. Tag me
Right.
in, coach. Okay. When it gets close, I want to force palm it.
Riley, how are you doing? You just got, like, your head grabbed and thrown, though.
It barely succeeds. Wait. Yeah, it barely succeeds.
Oh.
Like, you go to grab its arm and it shakes you off before you can build up the necessary force.
Damn.
It may be a pertinent time to remind Tucker that you have the herbal bundles.
That's true.
If you feel like you have a plan. But,
Here's
also-
the problem. Here's the problem with Tucker. He can hear what's going on, but okay. I'll tell you what Tucker. Out of what Tucker is hearing, and especially like some Ralph's ramblings, which actually fill him in a fair bit, he's aware there's some sort of encounter going on, and he does. I wonder, does he actually get to hear? Is he still close enough to hear like Brooke say that Tucker Zill should be across the field? We can prevent it if it gets hairy. Basically, kind of inferring that it could get hairy, or it could be getting hairy.
at your current distance, Brooke might be a little muffled unless they raise their voice. Same for well, kind of the same for Ralph's voice. Ralph seems to be naturally louder.
Fair
the other
enough.
thing is, Riley impacts the snow near you.
Oh.
You can tell it's Riley because Poff suddenly appears from the ceiling of your little tunnel and goes.
That's adorable.
This gives Tucker a moment of pause.
Riley, are you okay? What's going on?
Ow.
You say, having not taken any damage.
In my pride. When this is all over, I'm going to kill Ralph. I'm gonna pick Pop back up and I'm gonna start grumpily going back the way I came.
So you're heading back for the crabs. Awesome.
Tucker considers that comment for a second and then smutters under his breath.
Well, that's not anything new.
Alright.
That doesn't give. In other words, that doesn't give me any new information. That's not exactly unusual.
I freed you from the pile of ice,
Okay.
and now you want to.
Tucker will consider. Go ahead.
While you are considering, Brooke, the Crabominable makes another wild swing for you, taking a -4 since this is its third action. Though this time, its good claw seems to be encased in a block of ice. The size of a large cinder block, no less. So if you are going to attempt to clash or evade or do something else, it will be at a -4 as well, because I believe it will also have been your third action.
I will simply say that the situation of Riley literally caving in his tunnel will give him the opportunity and curiosity to look out and actually assess the situation visually. Especially since he's obviously not exactly the focus of any other Pokemon. I will wait for, obviously, the actions to happen, but Tucker will be doing the action.
And of course, Seal is going to comment. Brooke just leaning to the side, heavy cinder block claw completely misses. But Zeal's going to comment, that looked like fun. I wonder if we can do that back home. Ooh, I should see if someone will toss me. I bet Hakamo will toss me.
Back home doesn't have sheer cliffs, so that might be a little safer.
Tucker thinks for a second and paws around in his bag for a second and does indeed remember about the herbal bundles.
Stay here, Zeal. I'm gonna go see if I can help out the situation. Try to open up a path if we need it. If we need to make a break for it.
Okay, Zeal says, and then looks around at the caved-in portion, and then just starts digging in a direction that he thinks is right.
Good enough. There's multiple paths that he will do.
Just
Tucker.
humming along to himself. I am the prince and I'm gonna dig. I am the best ever.
I'm a prince and I dig in a hole. Dig hole.
No,
Dig in
it's
a
not
hole.
2010 anymore.
Right,
Tucker-
so we should do the Windrose version.
So Tucker
No.
will actually grab one of the herbal bundles, and I assume these are... They don't smell great, right?
They don't, especially when burned.
Yeah, so he's not going to be happy about this, but he's gonna pop it into his mouth and then start bounding over to the group.
Alright,
With a bit of a wince on his face, because it doesn't taste good either.
so by the way, Ralph, the smaller Crabominable now has several Bergmite on them, and they are just sort of using them kind of like weights, lifting their arms up and down, and the Bergmites seem to be enjoying themselves, and it's just sort of watching its injured friend fighting Brooke at the moment. It doesn't seem to have any interest in interfering.
Okie dokie. You do you. Alright, I got this guy taken care of. How you doing, Brooke?
So,
Come sick.
so Brooke, the Crabominable rears back, clearly winded, and brings down one final swing of its claw with a power-up punch. I mean, it hasn't hit me yet, Brooke says.
Still hasn't?
It still hasn't. This is just...
How long is it gonna take me to get over there? Because I kind of like... I used to come over there and bop it, and I think that was the fight.
Brooke tempted fate and won. So,
I actually wonder if
yeah.
he's getting back first, Riley or Tucker. Tucker has an express tunnel.
Yeah, Riley trudging through the snow, trying to make his way back. I think Tucker will probably make his way back first.
Okay, that might be
Brooke
important.
Brooke may have tempted fate, but I feel like Ralph twisted fate. Like, free my friend. All right, now be distracted. Good.
Oh, interesting. If you put them through the take damage thing, their claws go open. Which, by the way, their
Oh.
claws are weird.
Their claws are weird. I don't understand their claws. Huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they're
forgot they
supposed to be like
opened.
weird claw fists.
that's cursed. Ooh, I just saw them open.
Yeah.
'Cause it looks like they have paws, and like the paw opens.
Yeah, so both Brooke and the Crabominable are looking mildly winded at the moment. At least only for the moment. Brooke much less so. The Crabominable is certainly much worse off. Tucker, you make it back to see Brooke squaring off with one of the larger Crabominable. Another one seems to be using the Bergwites as lifting weights, and Ralph is...
Ralph.
Ralph!
Yeah, well,
So-
I came up behind Brooke to witness the fight, possibly interfere. Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
so Tucker actually basically pops his head right out of the snow from his tunnel when he thinks he's rather close to everybody. Does any of the wild Pokemon notice him?
Let me flip a coin. Yes.
Okay. He's kind of a dark gray black creature on white snow, so he's not exactly the most invisible thing.
In fact, it is the other Crabominable. The others have gone back to beating each other senseless. But the smaller Crabominable stops and ends up flinging the two Bergmites as it trundles up to you.
Tucker will respond.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Sort of wide-eyed at the situation, but then remember what he was going to do.
I don't know what that means, but, everybody should hold their breath or their nose or something, like right now.
And then he's just going to open his jaws really big. His fangs are going to light with Fire Fang before he crunches down as fierily as he can on the herbal bundle in his mouth.
Stop smoking.
Do I need to roll for fire?
I won't make you roll for this usage of Fire Fang.
Okay.
Because you're just igniting.
He's going to light it up and reopen his mouth so the fumes go everywhere.
It's kind of noxious. It's not enough to, make you sick, even though you're at ground zero. But you're also not exactly a weak Pokemon at the moment.
He absolutely hates keeping it in his mouth, but he's not letting it drop in the snow in case it extinguishes it, obviously.
It's definitely enough to make you want to gag, but you're also kind of burning it, so you're gonna end up with an ashy aftertaste.
He's
but,
coughing. He's definitely coughing a bit now.
But yeah, in spite of the snow and the wind, the smell definitely carries. And so I have to ask if Brooke and Ralph managed to hear Tucker telling you to cover your noses.
I'm gonna see if my awesome Munchlax knows like it smells good to me.
Oh god. This is why we can't have nice things.
Tucker, what are you... gross! Brooke covers his nose.
Tucker is continuously coughing.
Yeah, it's real. It works.
And again, you all aren't really weak, per se, but it's definitely noxious, and you would very much like to be away from the smell if at all possible. But the Bergmites scatter very quickly.
Poor Bergmite.
And the smaller Crabominable retreats.
Gets the heck away from that random dog that smells bad now.
Come on, everyone. Let's get going, Rook says, waving everyone towards the exit. The other Crabominable does not follow, but it is sort of stumbling around trying to cover its face with its weirdly fluffy claws. The other Crabominables soon catch on to this scent and are very much the same, and they start burying themselves face first into the snow.
Nice. Now, I'm gonna wave goodbye and press onward. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm kind of curious what Riley did when this all happened. Because Riley was trying to return to the group.
Riley manages to arrive to the scene of stuff fleeing and a terrible smell.
Can I put a bubble around my head?
It won't help you very long.
It doesn't have to if Tucker's dropping it.
Tucker won't immediately be dropping. He's going to make sure they get away from this area first. He's going to carry it with them.
Drop it, Tucker. Let's go, Brooke says as he shuffles past him.
Unless otherwise told.
Putting a bubble around my head, because that's disgusting.
Tucker gingerly lays in the snow so it doesn't completely extinguish. And then definitely scampers right away, coughing up a fit. Actually, he's gonna cough for a while, and then suddenly just slam his head into the snow. And glop a bunch of snow.
Just gonna nom nom snow?
Yes! The taste is gonna remain there for a freaking week in his mouth.
Give you all back your characters.
Yeah, how's Poff doing?
Poff probably didn't appreciate it either.
Poff has that face that you've seen in anime where they have swirlies in place of their eyes, and they have those dark blue vertical lines on their face. Poff was not a fan.
Poff is sick now.
I used to imagine that the referee would just check their eyes before declaring unable to battle, like, because sometimes they'd pound the crud out of the Pokemon, but like they wouldn't call it, and they'd always wait till the eyes were spinny. So I always like thought that the referees just literally just check for spiral eyes.
When they're away from the scent, well, that was pretty effective too. Burke chuckles. I probably could have taken him though.
After Tucker has a moment to Fire Fang the snow and swish his mouth a little bit cleaner of the water that results, and spitting it out, he responds,
I know, but we probably don't want to exhaust ourselves. We're not even at the top yet. I'm just glad the herb worked. I'm kind of glad, and kind of not glad. Blech.
Tucker, you notice that there's kind of a series of crisscrossing tunnels now, and then Zeal just sort of pops his head out from the side of the tunnel as he's made yet another new one. Good point, Burke says. Everyone alright? Where's Zeal? There he is. Hi, Tucker. I couldn't figure out which way to go, so I kept digging. I am the best digger. I am the prince.
Tucker gives him a pat on the head.
Didn't realize you were part Diglett there, Zeal.
How could I be part Diglett? That makes no sense, Riley. You must have brain freeze. And then he hops up and boofs a warm paw on Riley's face. Okay. No more brain freeze. Haha. Can we keep moving? It's getting cold again.
Words cannot describe the look on Riley's face at this. Yeah, let's get moving. Let's get moving for Zeal to more bright ideas. It involves Fire and Riley.
Indeed.
Gosh darn it. It's fine. It's fine.
That'll do.
Yeah, let's keep climbing, Brooke says, with a bit of a sigh. Hopefully you can rest a bit once we find the top.
Alright, that sounds like a good plan, is it?
As you ascend up this path, which actually has a bit of an incline, you eventually find yourselves back inside the mountain. Though it's definitely a lot more snow and ice than it is volcanic rock and heat. But you can see that it leads downward again.
Is this what we want? The entirety of the world is rotating around us. This seems unsafe.
That might be a dangerous path.
This tile bothers me at the moment.
You can make this work if a path zigs the right way afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
It's just a little tricky. They don't really. I don't really feel like the desires of the book really, the PMD book really thought through the map tiles really heavily.
Yeah, but they are good map tiles.
They are good. They're like interesting. It's just I feel like they could slot together a bit better sometimes.
So, unfortunately, down kind of is the only way to go in this tunnel. You do have the option of going back. There was another path that you did not go down outside. But this path seems to go down into a colder cave.
How down is it? Like down, or just kind of down?
Fairly steep.
Okay.
There is an amount of snow that has gotten inside, and the rock like what light you have shines off the rock, and it looks like it has that glossed over sheen like rock with ice on it has. So,
actually, may I make a proposition? Actually,
yes.
Technically speaking, this map tile you have has a wall to the left, which implies that there might be up as well, if one could figure out how to climb it.
Potentially. However, that would not make sense for this.
Okay, I just tried to save you for the map tile shenanigans.
I know. I know. I appreciate it. I do. Unfortunately, the way I've already described it, being the cave that it is, cave wall.
Cave wall. Okay.
Up to ceiling, it's fine. I promise. I don't really want to go back to that smell, Mumbles. Let's just hope this path leads towards the peak. I need everyone to roll dexterity.
Oh boy.
2 dice for me then.
Where am I?
I'll say a 1 with 2 dice is really not bad.
A 1 with 3, however. Good job, y'all.
I keep forgetting this is not a high dexterity party.
Now speak for yourselves.
So, who's in front and who's in back? I assume Brooke's in front.
Yeah, Brooke's probably leading.
Hey.
Tuck will probably return to the rank and file before, so right behind Brooke.
Indeed.
I mean, Riley's usually at the back of the group these days.
Yeah.
So, Riley, you're one of the only ones who notices in time that the path downward is slippery. So, the rest of you start sliding. Zeal, also being at the back with Riley, goes, "Oh, that looks fun!" and then immediately nudges into Riley, and you both start sliding slowly downward and begin to pick up speed to follow the others.
Can I just, like, as we're starting to get moving, just conjure up a bone club and jam it into the ground so I don't slide, and then just casually say to the group, "It's icy, be careful."
They're kind of accelerating out of view in this dark tunnel.
Tucker goes from stepping to like sliding. He does that thing that like a quadruped would do, just spreading the legs out and trying to create some drag and slow it down a bit.
But yes, if Riley wants to do Bone Club, you may use.
You sound so disappointed.
I am disappointed. You may use Bone Club. I can't stop you. Go. Go ahead and roll for the damage pool instead of the accuracy for this one.
Oh, okay.
It makes more sense in my head.
You've given me one less die.
We'll have to beat the penguin down the slide if we want the star, though. Ah! Alright, Riley, you jab into the stone and manage to wedge the bone club in such a way that you can hang on. As you inform your team posthumously, as it were, about how it's icy. So, let me just fix this.
Good job, y'all. Good job.
What's the landing
Are there any
like? is the
pits?
question.
If there's a pit, y'all are
Yeah, like what's the
I'm
landing
just
look
saying.
like?
You're gonna go straight to the core of the volcano. That's how we're gonna get there.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna search for this one.
That's fair. God is cheating.
I am cheating with the map, but I'm allowed to.
So, like, what map editor did God use when he made the world?
God.
By the way, this entire thing is a slide. You can ignore the northern path, it doesn't exist.
Okay, that's fair. I understand
So
why you're
Riley,
saying that.
you are saying this, but your team starts to slide around a corner and disappear out of your sight.
Is Zeal still like behind me?
Oh no, he just started to slide around you, and he's doing that thing he does, who said that's a wall, Kyrio? But he just decided to, slide around you, and he's just standing stock still with this big grin on his face and the wide saucer eyes, and he's like, whee! Just slowly turning in circles. But yeah, you get to watch from up on the ramp as the team banks around, and at this point they may attempt to get their footing as they
Excellent.
move around into the next tile.
Tucker will hunker down to the slippery floor, using his belly for more drag, hopefully.
And this time, you all may make a Dex Survival Athletic to try and get your bearings and gain some semblance of control.
Here we go.
We'll take it.
Very nice.
Heather key.
So Riley, are you going to just stay there?
I mean, I think you're gonna try to do a controlled descent. Like, a climb down, not slide.
Okay. In which case, again, Dex Survival Athletic, which is one of your better rolls.
Again, you sound so disappointed.
I am disappointed this didn't turn into Ice Age Slide Stage.
Like, he's gonna turn into that and they're gonna just show up later, just like, you guys have fun. Oh yeah, I'm good.
Brook digs his claws into the ground to hopefully arrest his momentum. And out of all of you, Tucker surprisingly has the worst time of it. Zeal just keeps sliding, and I like to imagine that Zeal has just bumped into Tucker to some extent, so now they are both sliding together, thanks to the momentum.
The bump turns Tucker around, like it slowly spins him around. Like, no!
Hi, Tucker! Isn't this fun? I wonder where this goes.
Tucker simply remarks, nah, because it's kind of cold on his belly at this point.
So ahead of everyone else, Tucker and Zeal end up sliding around a corner as they're spinning together. Tucker, being the more self-aware, you realize y'all are headed for a ramp.
Oh no.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have quite a time getting over that.
Stick together, Brooke calls.
God, I'm gonna be way the fuck on my own. You guys are bloody miles away.
Wait, what? Can Tucker discern this ramp? Does it have a gap?
Yes.
Is the gap... Does it look bad?
Hard to tell, you're spinning. You hope it's not bad?
He's got two options. He could try desperately to slow down or try to keep the momentum in case that's actually preferable.
I mean, the momentum's probably preferable, unless somehow you're sent spiraling out of control. It doesn't look like it's some sort of yawning cavernous abyss, at least.
Yay.
Tucker will win to just go with it, then. Since Zeal is already anyways.
So, Riley is taking a controlled descent,
Just
sliding
walking.
around, almost like he's, I don't know, skiing or snowboarding, but he's doing pizza wedge the whole way.
Not even that. I like to imagine I'm just using like bone called like trucking poles and just walk down.
He's like at Super Mario 64 if you keep jumping off a ramp and using the air kick to slow down. He's just doing that over and over again.
It's more like I'm actually trying to walk down like a sensible person. Oh.
You're trying. It's mildly difficult.
Yeah, but I rolled really well.
Yeah. So, Burke and Ralph, you have gained control. You are still sliding, but you now have better control. You are not out just wildly flailing.
Nice.
Also, Tucker will call back to Brooke, kind of probably fading a little bit as he does.
I'll figure that out later.
So, Zeal finally notices the ramp just as you all are starting to go up it, and then he clings to you with his forelimbs. He's like, oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know how to super jump. Tucker, you can fly, right?
I can't fly either.
As
I think we have to fly.
I think as you both are flung off the ramp.
I have one idea that would
you're not there.
Well, that would either stop me completely or hurt.
Riley, pick up the pace! Brooke's voice echoes down the tunnel. Looks like there might be a jump ahead. As Ralph and Brooke manage to start turning the corner and they see the ramp, and they also see the Pooch and the little lion flailing through the air. Well, not flailing, necessarily, just sort of clinging to each other for dear life, I imagine.
Just a furry cannonball.
Okay, let's see. Is there any way I can have enough momentum to...
Don't use lick. That is my only advice.
That was one of my ideas. Like, I could stop myself by licking the ground and sticking to it.
That sounds painful.
That's how you lose your tongue.
How long is Ralph's tongue? Find out now.
Don't want
Big, like, Gengar tongue, except it actually comes out of my mouth and not out of my torso. Wonder if I have enough momentum to, like, spring off with a body slam and smash the ramp before they get to it.
But they're already over it.
They're rapidly approaching.
I believe Tubby means himself and Brooke.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
not. So you want to smash the ramp?
I feel like that's the worst idea, actually.
Then you're just going into a hole.
Well,
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna play the odds. I'm gonna try and build up speed to jump further off the ramp.
I feel like the best way for you to build speed is probably a belly flop. And
Yeah, I'm
penguin
gonna,
it.
like, give myself a lower center of gravity and just...
I feel like there's a move that would be good for this that you do not possess, but would be neat.
Extreme speed.
Well, aside from that, I'm pretty sure that's what Riley wants.
I am speed.
Am I thinking of a support move?
It's like a... Is there like a slidey, icy move? A belly slide?
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. But yeah, Frosty the Snowman style, he's just gonna straight up... Or I guess Penguin style. Try to, like, make himself as straight as possible.
Sorry for this pause.
It's okay.
I may be thinking of something else. Oh! what about... Rollout is a rock-type move, isn't it?
I think so?
It
Actually, wait.
is.
Yeah.
Wait, what? There's only 16 rock moves? Really?
Oh, Rock got a bit shafted. Hold on a second. Well, there's only 13 dragon moves, too.
Okay, I was surprised. I thought there were more.
That's a surprisingly low number. I can kind of understand a lower number of dragon moves, but Rock? Weird.
Oh, and there's only 21 steel... Okay, so... well, after looking through normal moves, it seems like it's not very many, but it is a decent number.
Normal moves, they, like... I don't know why. I mean, I guess there is a lot of normal moves, but... I just separated into two balls because there's so many. Just so it was better organized.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 16 isn't... It's on the lower end, but... Yeah, it's the second least amount of moves. Wow. So, I have a question, Ralph.
Eh?
Do you feel lucky?
I do.
So... Have you been holding on to the star medal piece, or is it put away at the moment?
I would imagine it's put away.
Alright. So the moment you start to use your metronome, it begins to hum. Roll me 3 dice. And this is not for metronome. This is... Well, it is for metronome, but not for what you think.
Wow.
That's a pretty good roll.
Alright. I will let you pick rock and one other type. That is not for the purposes of using this metronome. This is for the purposes of this metronome and all future metronomes, if you understand what I mean.
No, so like I permanently unlocked the ability to narrow it down to 2 types.
You have unlocked the ability to, if you want, you can narrow it down to typing. A type of a select few at the moment.
Not bad.
Alright, yeah, I suppose I'll narrow it down to rock and ice, I guess. Makes sense.
Mind you, you can still only select one thing. So do you want to run the bigger gambit? Or do you want to run the specific gambit?
Okay, so I can either... So if I choose a typing, I can't specify physical special.
You cannot currently select both a type and a physical special or support. You can only choose one or the other.
Alright. That's pretty cool, so yeah, I guess I'll... the move you're thinking of that's like a torpedo slidey move is...
It is a rock type move.
Alright. Rock polish, I should think.
That would also work. I was thinking of rollout.
We'll go with the rock.
Alright, go ahead and roll for metronome.
That's a good point. Rock Polish is that move that makes slow-ass rock Pokemon not slow-ass.
Alright, take a look here. This one can. Keep clicking on my face here like it's a die roll.
You can't roll your face, Ralph. Wow, you're lucky for those 6s, because holy shit, the army of 1s.
Jeebus!
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Thank goodness they resist.
Yes. It's the blessing of 6.
Well, as is appropriate, I need 2 more die from you. Alright. You get rock polish.
Ooh-wee.
Sorry for the extended silence, I had to make sure. There's a certain amount of randomness. But yeah, Ralph. The piece hums as you use metronome and start to pick up speed. And as usual when it comes to metronome these days, the pathways are visible for you. But you feel like you can discern a few set pathways now that you've been on this mountain and doing this long enough. You're becoming more attuned to energy as a whole, and you can discern 2 different colors on the pathways now.
Oh, nice.
A light blue and an earthy brown. And as you go down a branching path of the earthy brown, your body becomes shinier, and you start to slide faster towards this ramp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta go fast. Here we go. Coming through like a torpedo.
You do.
I feel like it's worth asking at this point, like, what happened to Tucker and Zeal? Like,
yes,
what
it is
what
pertinent.
is on the other side?
So, does Tucker want to do the roll to see how safely you land, or do you want Zeal to make that roll?
Since Zeal grabbed him and is more or less affecting their trajectory to some degree, I think it's a Zeal roll.
Okay. Well, it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
You tumble, and slowly gravity sort of tries to pull you downward, but because of the way Zeal has, clung to you, and the spin, at first it looks like you are going to be the one on the bottom of the 2 of you as you land, and then you keep spinning, and you land on top of Zeal, kind of squishing him a bit as you all keep sliding onward. Just Zeal clinging his forepaws around your neck, his tongue is all blepped out, and he goes, "What? Tucker, you're heavy."
Tucker just kind of blushes at that and says,
I know. I thought I would slow down because of that.
As you all are sliding into a more evened out area, Ralph just zooms over your head, lands on his feet, and slides all the way to the back wall.
I'm gonna have like a cool pose too. A very stiff, like hands on my waist pose is like probably spin a little bit in a hilarious way and like dink.
I'm imagining you look pretty proud of yourself.
Do the Fonzie point. Hey.
Tucker looks somewhat bewildered that one of the heaviest party members somehow soared over his head.
As Zeal and Tucker slowly slide to a halt on the icy floor of this cavern.
Tucker finally takes just a big As they stop.
So, Brooke, Ralph just flew again.
Again.
You are currently zipping towards the ramp. Not necessarily as fast as Ralph did. Are you going to do anything to help get yourself over that ramp? So it's almost a shame that Riley didn't get to witness Ralph flying off the ramp.
I feel like I'll hear about it.
Sure, why not? Feel free to roll for water gun.
Oh, water gun on the ice to make it more slippery. That's fair. If the temperatures be what they are, that would work pretty well.
That works really well. Assuming you're standing, you can just surfer slide your way up that ramp and make your way over no problem. Slick. Quite literally.
By this time, Tucker has finally gotten off of Zeal after collecting himself. And helped the cat up.
Does a backflip. Perfect.
I don't even want to make you roll for that backflip. Brooke does a backflip. Woo!
Tucker, being extra cautious with his footing at this point, moves out of the way of the presumably the rest of the party as Brooke soars the ramp. Being crashed into by a crocodile probably wouldn't be the best idea.
Meanwhile, Riley walking down the slide.
What's Riley up to now?
I mean, Brooke did yell at him to, what was it, pick up the pace as a jump up ahead or something?
Yes.
Something along those lines.
So what's Riley gonna do?
So I guess I will stop walking down, and I will gain myself some momentum by just using Force Palm behind myself while I start sliding fast. But I'm going to attempt to slide in a very controlled and dignified manner, and not like what you clowns were doing.
Sure. Go ahead and use. Go ahead and roll your accuracy for Force Palm, just to make sure you don't overdo it.
I end up flying over top of all of them. Oh god, I think I would have gone over top of all of them.
Maybe. You definitely pick up a decent amount of speed. I'm also assuming you still have the Bone Club handy?
It's handy, it's just not... I'm not using it as a walking stick anymore.
Well, I assume you might use it to, say, push yourself around a little better.
Yes.
Kind of like, you know, skiers and their ski poles.
Yes, exactly. Dignified.
So, give me a Dex Survival Athletic.
Mediocre.
Mediocre! Question, is there anything else you want to do as you start careening around the corner to ensure your survival?
To ensure my survival, I would like to use Foresight, so I know exactly what twisted turns are coming in advance.
Oh, it's the first time in a while you've used Foresight.
I don't think I've used Foresight in at least 2.5 years.
Alright, go ahead and roll for Foresight at a -2.
Oh.
Have you really not used it for that long?
How often do we fight ghosts?
I mean...
That's fair. Unfortunately, as you're careening around, you're finding that Foresight is a little...
I should have done this first. I should
Late?
have led with that.
Yeah, leading with Foresight may have been the better idea. Hindsight is 20/20 at least.
Truly is. Foresight was definitely not 2020 though.
Almost turned into hindsight at this rate.
Yeah.
Almost. Perceive where I just was.
So how are you flying over the gap?
I don't know. I think just a very plain and typical jump. I'm not gonna do anything fancy because with my luck, I'm gonna clothesline myself if I do anything too cool. I was gonna do a jump, land the jump, and the most important part is to land it, and then come to a stop before I run anybody over.
Congratulations, you all survived the doom slide.
Hey,
Okay, but like, was it
come
actually
skiing to a stop, dignified after you've all landed.
was it actually a doom slide? Like, what was there a gap?
Yes, there was a gap. You could have fallen.
Tucker would probably look back to see what falling meant.
Alright, you go back and you look down, and it probably would not have been great.
I see.
Specifically, it looks like there's, stalagmites. As well as probably what looks like, lower tunnels that may or may not lead somewhere, but the fall would have been quite unpleasant.
I think the stalagmites are maybe the bigger issue, yeah.
I mean, they aren't all pointy.
They don't have to be that pointy if you're falling fast enough.
Yeah. Just like a cactus on a cliff.
Oh, God.
Whew. Well, that was unexpected, Brooke says. I feel like we've lost some ground, though. You look around, and the floor of this chamber is mostly coated in ice, and that's probably kind of due to all of the snow that came in over time. Melted, unmelted. Unmelted. Okay, thanks, brain.
God.
I mean, that's technically a word.
Etc., etc. It's definitely colder in here than in the warmer lava chambers that were lower down. And you certainly have a plethora of ways you can go. Since this seems to be almost a sort of hub chamber, it vaguely reminds you of the Cave of Mirrors, in fact.
Oh, that's not a good place to remind me of.
The more you all look at it, the more intentional some of the ice placement in the chamber is. There's very large, long icicles coming down from the ceiling on either side of the paths that lead outward, almost kind of like an archway. And on the walls, there's sheets of ice. And it doesn't look like the opaque ice you might normally see on a wall. It's kind of shiny and mirrored almost.
Can I investigate one of these mirror ice things? I want to see what happens when I stare at my reflection, because things tend to happen when I do that.
You go up to one of the reflective pieces, and it's you.
Counted 2 times I've seen my reflection.
Your reflection's eyes glow red very briefly, and you can hear Tiber say in your head going, "What did you expect? Were you looking for a conversation?"
Don't look for any of those. But I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I expected me to look slightly less dead inside.
Well, maybe if you slept better.
I wish I could. Not that easy.
Everyone else gets to watch Riley mumble at his reflection.
At this point, that's not really even unusual, I suppose.
You're just tired. It's been a long hike, Brooke says.
Hopefully not much longer.
Tucker adds. Looking around the room himself. There's a lot of paths out to different directions, right?
That is correct.
the intentional architecture, does it seem to be making any particular path look more remarkable than the others?
No. Unfortunately. However, since you all are not necessarily under threat... Oh, first, speaking of, anyone got a sense of where out is? You all may investigate the chamber as you see fit.
Okay.
Before Brooke goes to do any investigating, Riley wants just to go over to him. Just give him like one pat on the shoulder. I appreciate the gesture, Brooke. But the hike has nothing to do with it. And he's gonna go investigate the chamber.
Now then. Tucker's looking for anything significant.
Anything that might point away to something important, if possible.
Okay.
He will also look down the corridors a bit, so he might break off from the group a bit too.
So... I require... Insight logic. If you would not mind.
Okay. Let's see if the dice mind. Damn ones, I would have had 3.
A lot of ones today.
Yeah, there's been a lot of ones today. So Tucker's investigation does not yield terribly much. The only other major architectural piece in the chamber is the central pillar, which looks mostly like one of those pillars you might see that's made of like rock and ice that's formed over time. What is Riley trying to do?
Just looking for any paths that look more well-traveled.
Kinda hard to look well-traveled when the floor is ice.
Wow, you'd be surprised.
Does that central pillar look like it's self-designed?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
It looks natural. I mean, at first glance, the large icicles look natural, but the fact that they are basically framing every single side path is definitely intentional.
Definitely aesthetic.
Alright, Riley, since you're investigating the floor... Give me an insight survival instinct instead of nature. Well, 1, since you don't have nature. 2, this is a sort of tracking thing.
Hunt his intuition that Riley did not wish he had. Also 5 5s. I should give bonus points for that.
Wow. The blessing of 5. Brooke sighs as Riley leaves. I know. He takes a moment to look into the mirror himself. He puffs his chest a bit and grins before relaxing again. Well, still got a lot of growing to do yet, eh, Scales? Then he'll start looking around too.
Has he mentioned Scales to the other party member at this point?
Nope. And I'm pretty sure, unless Ralph is nearby, everyone else is a little busy to hear that. Out of the corner of your eye, Brooke, you notice that your reflection lingers, and it smiles. So, Riley.
Yeah.
You're trying to do the tracking thing, looking at what path is better tread.
Yes.
There's a point where you do that thing where you're searching for pings, where you close your eyes and then you touch your paw to the floor, mildly under Tiber's direction. Not that you need much of it in order to, you know, fiddle around with your powers. And you realize that there's energy that's sort of radiating out like a spider web from the central pillar underneath the ice.
I would wish to investigate this further, because
And
this
also-
is quite something.
Yeah. I also like to point out, Brooke feels a little better now.
Yes, this is good. Mildly imagining this in like an RPG game format. Optional interaction with Brooke in the ice mirror. Brooke feels better now. Plus one affection points.
So, Riley's able to detect that the pillar does have something going on with it.
Yes. Well, at the very least, whatever energy it is, it's at least vaguely similar to aura, and is radiating out under the ice, centralized under the pillar. And when Riley looks at it, it looks like a snowflake design, almost.
Oh.
So Tucker is not able to discern this, even with his eye? So it's a different
That
energy.
is... Yes, it is different. The other thing you are starting to notice, Tucker, is... your dark eye is starting to feel strained. Like, without realizing it, you're beginning to hold it closed a bit more often. Kind of like if your eyes are dry and, say, you keep them closed for a bit, you may squeeze them a little. Or you may choose to just keep that eye closed if it's irritated.
Yeah. Hell,
Ralph,
Alright.
how are you investigating the chamber?
You know, first I'll take out my star metal piece and see if it vibrates.
It does. In fact,
Cool. Let's attempt to make sense of where it's trying to pull me.
when you hold it to your ear, it almost sounds like it's ringing.
Hello?
Hi.
No, not that kind of ringing.
I was legitimately anticipating a response like that.
I walked into that. That's okay.
Close this down.
Ralph unlocked cell phone.
That would be awful though, because no one else has this.
Activating dowsing mode.
Yeah, I will attempt to make heads or tails of whatever information this device is trying to give me.
So, while you're walking around the chamber, you notice that for the paths that are further north on the tile, like the northwest and the eastern-facing path, those two paths in particular, it does not vibrate as much. It goes back to being a dull hum when you move in those directions. Whereas the southeastern and southern pathways seem to garner the most attention so far.
Alright. I'm gonna check each one.
They both garner the same response. The ringing is a bit stronger, and it definitely vibrates enough in your hand that you can actually feel it, instead of it being a much more subtle sensation.
Yeah. After checking each of the tabs, I will come to the conclusion that we should follow the vibrations. So I will await everyone to
Brooke more or less just observes everyone else doing things and asks what they found, and making sure no one wanders off too far. So here's the thing. Do you ever approach the pillar, Ralph?
I would imagine I do, because I'm going in a circle checking each path with my wand, basically.
Wand? Your magic USB stick?
Is there a USB port on the pillar?
You know what? You know what? You know what? Good sir, good Munchlax, give me an insight survival logic.
Inky, I didn't notice you drew something, so I'll post this.
I love this. I love it.
It's quite good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's a good image.
It's basically how I imagined it. I love
I'm amazed the picture didn't go into the dungeon tile bag when it went over. That's impressive. Okay, I'll get the other image now.
So Ralph, as you approach the pillar, you notice that there is a little like niche you could probably stick the star metal piece into if you tried. Oh my gosh! Excellent. Both of these are excellent.
Carpe diem. Let's do it.
That face. Tucker's face.
The other thing you notice,
the modern equivalent of Carpe Diem, YOLO.
The other thing you notice is that the ringing intensifies and increases in pitch. It would be audible to Riley and to Tucker as well at this point.
Of the little piece of metal?
Yes, the fact that it is ringing softly.
Yes. Alright, let's stick it in there.
So he's actually putting it into the pillar. There's this little slot.
He is sticking it into a little niche in the pillar of rock and snow that might fit the piece.
Tucker sidles over since he kind of ended his investigations, kind of not sure what to do and gazing at the pillar. So he wasn't that far away anyway, so he kind of watches what Ralph does.
Here we go. This is it. Yeah.
Do you insert it?
Yes, I insert.
And you wait. And you wait. About 2 minutes pass. I have concerns. Kyrio, you have every right to say that.
While they wait, Tucker just sits there, tilts his head, waits, tilts his head the other direction, waits some more. The dog thing.
I think I'm onto something. I don't know yet.
About 2 minutes pass, nothing happens.
Tucker looks exceptionally invested, like he's expecting something to happen any second.
Riley, if you stare at the floor, nothing has happened with the weird energy lines yet.
Is it
what
still
are you doing?
Is it still humming?
Yes, it is still making that noise.
I don't know yet.
Tucker will just speak up. That sounds kind of annoying. His ears kind of twitching.
It's working.
Ralph, I don't know what you think it's doing, but it's not doing anything. Please put that thing away. What is that anyway?
Yes. Anyway.
I'm gonna try and take it from him.
Absolutely. Brooke! He's being mean.
You didn't answer the question, now he's going to confiscate it.
Yeah.
What's going on, Brooke-ass?
He's trying to take my stuff.
As Brooke approaches and can hear the ringing.
I'm gonna try and sock him when he goes to take it.
Ralph defends his little piece of metal with his taser.
What do I roll? What do I do? 'Cause I'll grab the taser too if I have to. I got 2 fucking hands.
Sock the crud out of him.
Wait, has the metal been removed during these shenanigans?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Which By the way, it causes it to ring a bit less when Ralph holds it closer to himself in order to defend it.
Somewhat used to the shenanigans, Tucker's actually gonna, like, poke his nose up to the hole and look inside of it. Now that he noticed that there is indeed a hole in the pillar.
It's just a niche. It just so happens to have been large enough for Ralph to have inserted the piece.
Wait, who Dex fight roll?
Tucker,
no.
Tucker won't pay any mind to these shenanigans. Kind of used to them by now.
I wasn't gonna make
Yeah.
you roll for anything.
Oh, I was gonna just shock. He's gotta learn to not take my stuff.
Hey, would you stop? At least one of you is an adult, Brooke says as they start fighting. Just, what are you doing?
I'm investigating stuff, but he's trying to take my things. I don't know what this does, but it vibrates and makes a noise when I put it close to this truck. I thought maybe it fit in there, but maybe it doesn't. Usually, I thought maybe it's a key or something.
Riley, don't take his stuff, Brooke says. Ralph, what is that thing? Where'd you find it?
That's sort of the alien creature gave it to you. I'm not sure what it is. I feel like I've seen something like it when I was, when I was human, but I don't know what this one in particular would do. Would I be able to recall that it stored information, like the closest approximation to like my human self that to any human tool I could think of is USB stick, I guess. Like, would I be able to recall that?
Yeah, at this point you would have probably sussed it out, especially if you've been pondering over it for some time since you received it.
Yeah.
So
I relate that it looks like a small device that when that as a human was used to store information. He reiterates that he's not sure what this device in particular, if this device in particular does that, but and he recounts the weird alien creature that gave it to him.
Which, Tucker, you recognize that appearance as being the same silvery creature that approached Lizard.
Tucker was kind of distracted by the slot for a while, but when he was paying attention by listening, and he does turn when this creature is mentioned, and he will just go out and say it.
That sounds an awful lot like, the creature that...
And then he describes the scene that he saw with Lizard.
Oh, that's interesting. So we got ourselves a guardian angel, or something like that.
Back up. Liz did what?
I
Was
physically
what to get what?
No. You knew about that.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Yes, you did. It's just been a while.
It
Tucker
has.
told
Yes.
everybody anyways. Tucker.
Yeah,
doesn't keep secrets.
everybody was told about that.
Yeah.
Was I a coherent for that?
Oh.
That's the better question, actually.
Oh.
I want to say yes, because
I
it
don't
happened
think
before.
It's
happened
possible
bef-
it was.
No, it was after the Slammed Cave, because he didn't evolve till after.
Okay. So I will say that Lizard would have explained this.
Okay.
You are correct. You were not coherent when Tucker did the original explanation. Lizard would have had to have explained this to you.
I need to ask an important question. The slot of the pillar, is it just like some random chip, or is it like something that looks designed?
It is a random chip.
Okay.
Oh.
Then yeah, it would lose Tucker's interest after a while.
It looked like it would fit the star metal piece. That's the most.
So Ralph
important
was
thing.
really just shot in the dark in that. All right.
He tried. Obviously, there's something up with the center of the room.
Though Riley has yet to mention that.
I could investigate the other side of the door, I think.
So you got this from one of those weird dudes, like on Shaman Island?
Yeah. I don't know what their deal is with me, but I was also like weirdly stopped during the contest at Sea Spray, but I think I told you about that one.
Wait,
And
weird
just
dudes
like
on Shaman
when you
Island?
told us,
I don't actually remember.
yeah, the clockwork dude who plucked the.
Oh, wait, were they like the? Wait, they were similar to the creatures that visited Blizzard and apparently Ralph.
I don't recall if they were similar, but Ralph is
different.
associating them as being somehow related. He's pretty sure.
Yeah, Ralph is
Okay.
associating them as related. I don't think any of you have seen Mercury and the Butler in the same place at the same time.
Okay.
But I do believe at some point Ralph did explain what happened in the fight when he got his powers with Metronome.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you. I was doing a line. Just
That was me.
sorry.
And like I said last time you explained this, you shouldn't trust these things. And least of all, should any of you be accepting gifts from them. They're not the types to give things freely. They'll want something in return.
Never trust the Fae.
Thanks, Seal. Could you please?
Oh, maybe it's something I'm willing to give.
Tucker flops an ear.
No. Are you... Riley's gonna go up to Ralph, grab him by his snow outfit, and just shake him. Did you not see what happened to the shaman?
Going to take it. I'm going to take his Riley's hand and gingerly put it off of myself, and then promptly ignore him and go back to looking at the pillar.
Riley's gonna grab his arm, yank him back around. Don't be stupid. Whatever you may think they can give you, they don't give a shit about you. They will use you and toss you aside without a moment of hesitation. You're a means to an end.
How do you know?
Tucker just looks sadly at Riley.
We all saw what happened on Shaman Island. And Tyler's encountered that thing before too.
Is Tiber afraid of it? That to give us
Yes.
some idea
Yes,
how
he
strong it
is.
So we have a
Listen.
listen out for us.
Listen. Of all the things we've seen, all the things we faced, he's never been afraid. Except for when we saw that thing on Shaman. Not just afraid, terrified.
Tucker speaks up again, kind of looking at the ground and looking quite sad.
What happened to the shaman was terrible. But is it really the same creature as what Blizzard saw? What I saw? What Ralph saw?
He's not sure, clearly.
Even if they're not the same creature, they seem to give out similar things. It's hard to imagine they're not in some way linked.
Tucker stays quiet after that.
It looks as if Ralph is considering something and then not considering something anymore. And he will put the piece away, like in his bag.
Riley will release Ralph's arm.
Tucker, you're staring at the floor?
Yes.
I'm pausing just in case Kyrio is typing things.
I can quite imagine that there was a lot of
That's fair. Let's
typing
give
and
him time.
redoing as I was vomiting exposition.
I will, while he collects his lines, I will say, yeah, Tucker is... Oh, that was fast.
Alright, that's enough, Brooke says. These creatures are unknown to us. They don't even seem to be Pokemon. Certainly not human. Until we know more, it's best not to mess around too much with it. There's more.
Alright,
I figured there would be.
double your brook.
Tucker's
that's right. Alex was nice enough to remind us in the chat. I'm sorry I didn't notice that before, but when Tucker used empathy on the Vespiquen, Tucker also saw the Butler and Mercury together.
Oh.
I had forgotten that detail.
Thank you for that. Wait, you're right, actually. What was seen? Were they hanging out together? Were they just existing in the
They
same
were
place?
present
What were they-
together when they gave Vespiquen her
Oh, they-
gift.
I'm pretty sure Tucker never shared this,
Uh,
actually.
you might have, you might not. It's been a while.
I sent a thing to you, Mr. DM, because the thought, the decision he, like, subconsciously, well, this decision he made privately is an important one.
Understood.
I'd like to just quickly amend then, because of that point that Alex made, that it'll take Tucker a minute, because there has been a lot of things going on, but he will mull over Riley's words and think back to what he did actually see with that empathy back then. And he'll just mutter under his breath, what were they doing together?
And Brooke's continuation. It's not to say we can't use them for our ends too, though, Brooke says. I think something of theirs might lead us to some kind of clue. Hold on to that, Ralph.
Understood.
So, next time you rest, Ralph, I'm gonna have to do a thing for you. Which, by the way, in spite of the speed of the slide, it's been at least another hour and a half of travel. Which puts you all at around 10 to 12 hours having done this.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can I do another Lies Tucker, if that's okay?
Sure. I was going to tell a thing for you, but go ahead.
Okay.
I will do my thing now.
Well, actually, you said I'm looking at the floor. Should I do the line first or read after? It's up to
Go ahead and do the line first.
you. Okay. Tucker will, for a moment, though, before lowering his head again, because he's not feeling very good. The altercation between Ralph and Riley was more aggressive than he expected. But he will remark one more thing, following Brooke's statement.
All that I know is they might be related. But what happened to the shaman and the Vespiquen? They lost themselves. You haven't done that. I don't want to do that.
Take it from someone who has. That's how it always is.
Could you speak up a bit?
Come. Take it from somebody who has lost themselves, Tucker. It's not always that simple. It always starts out that you want to. There'll come a point where you might not be able to control it anymore.
The dog looks like he's gonna say something else, but then just droops.
Well, I guess I don't know for sure.
I don't know if this is necessarily at the forefront of anyone's mind, but look at what happened to Typer.
Tucker
The
Saul
other one
Typer's
in
memories.
present.
Yeah.
The other one who lost themselves.
Well, Tucker Saul Typer's memories a while back during that fight.
Yep, most of you did, to some extent.
He's aware of Typer's older existence before things went, so... yeah.
Let's not dwell on it. I think we should all take a rest, Brooke says. We've been climbing all day. Even Glayley needs to sleep eventually. So Tucker, while Brooke is calling for a rest, you're looking at the floor near the pillar. You notice something odd. You notice there's etchings that seem to have mostly been covered up by the base of the pillar. It almost looks like bits and pieces of an etching of some form of circle.
Is this etched into the floor, basically?
Yes, it is etched into the ice.
Tucker doesn't
Deeply.
actually see it immediately because of how pristine the ice is, but filling quite down, he actually traces his paw along the floor a while, and then his paw pads bump into the grooves, and he starts to pay attention.
Whatever it is, when you investigate it further, the pillar is covering it. So it may be that this is a natural pillar that formed over time. It's just covering something important.
Okay. Tucker will pipe up after giving the room a moment to de-intensify for a moment. Trying to make out the patterns as much as he can, but yeah, they're mostly blocked.
Guys, I think I found something.
He kind of remarks, motioning towards the sketches and kind of looking at the pillar again in a different way now.
Can I investigate?
You may all investigate. In fact, when all of you look closely at the base of the pillar, you can see, past some of the base parts of the pillar's growth of sediment and ice, you do see deep etchings in the floor that are mostly covered up by the pillar. And based on the curve, which Ralph can attest to, since Ralph is smart mathman, it's definitely at least got a circular outer etching. And there's more. It's just covered. Think we can break the pillar? Burke asks.
What's the pillar made of and what's the floor made of? Both ice?
The floor is made up of pristine ice, kind of like the reflective ice that is on the walls in places. The pillar seems to be made of that more opaque ice you tend to see that will gather on walls. as well as rock. So it probably started as a stalactite that was coated in ice, and over time it has just grown downward and become this.
Can we break the pillar? Absolutely. Should we break the pillar? What do you think? I mean, that's not like I'm not trying to mean you either way. Like if you say break the pillar, I'm gonna smash this thing to bits. So if you say don't break the pillar, cool. Let's fire a fire metronome.
Doesn't look load bearing or anything. Brooke shrugs.
Okay, I will take myself and the other two out of the blast radius as it goes to waggle his fucking fingers.
One would hope that he doesn't aim the fire too far down, though. That might melt the etchings. Probably should melt the top part and smash the bottom part.
I mean, I could have probably just smashed it.
And, well, he's firing a metronome. He didn't say he was doing a fire metronome.
Oh, I thought I could pick fire.
Why not just
you chose ice.
Why not just pick up Flame Cat and tell him to poof flames at it for a bit?
Yeah, you picked rock and ice.
Oh, okay. So like until I get a rest, I can't switch them.
No, these are the ones you have.
Oh, okay, and I'll learn others.
You have access to pick ice and rock, but no other element.
Yes. You are going to progressively get more.
Ah, cool.
What the implication is supposed to be is eventually Ralph will be capable of selecting whatever he wants.
Which will be wonderful for everyone involved.
Ralph Blue Mage, pretty much. I know this is a horror monster I've created, but I mean, Ralph is the perfect character for letting him do shenanigans.
Oh man, I'm gonna do so many things.
But again, currently, you can only select one thing.
I'll basically be the wizard. Oh man. Ultimate utility caster.
If it's all the same to everybody, it might be best if I do it.
That'd be my guess.
As Ralph stops wiggling his fingers.
Actually, it's not a bad point. Blaze Kick, once again, would be kind of useful. Both an impact
Flame
and
Cat
fire.
was my plan.
Flame Cat was also... Why not both?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna attempt to, I was just gonna, like, put my hand on it and very subtly and controllably just start increasing force palm or force on it until things start breaking. So I don't just smash it all at once.
Oh,
If there is something in there we don't particularly want smashed, it's probably better we don't just smash it like a lunatic.
Alright, Riley... Riley has spoken up about doing it himself, right?
I just did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Tucker will actually quip, though.
Why don't you have Zill help you? You know, just in case you don't hurt, just so you don't hurt yourself again.
I'm not intending on blowing myself up this time. And I thought we were trying not to melt the bottom.
Tucker looks way up high at the pillar.
There's more parts than just the bottom.
He's a cat. Not a bird.
And Brooke can pick
Seal
him up.
actually looks kind of... what's the best way to put this? Not necessarily just flat upset, so much as dejected,
Aw.
but I want to help. Please, Riley? I know I can play a lot, but I can do this. I do the fire. And he puffs a few embers. Brooke picks up Seal and puts him on his head. Here, you can take the top from up here.
That's a yes, Seal, if it wasn't clear.
Let the kitty do the fire.
The fire kitty immediately brightens up and inhales as deeply as he can, and then throws a flamethrower at the top.
Okay, and Riley will do whatever he was going to do with Force Palm at the bottom.
Dang.
And Kyrio, or Brooke's gonna have some other kind of headache from having a flash fire throwing cat on top of his head.
Get warm.
Alright, so you're doing this gradually, or are you just gonna flat Force Palm it?
Gradually.
Get warm. Brooke not complaining. Okay.
Actually, the weaker roll for Zeal kind of works too, because I imagine it's going to be a gradual, like, fiery. And it's not, like, super strong fiery.
Start with just a strength roll for me, then.
Tucker would assist with Fire Fang, but his jaws aren't big enough to bite the pillar, really.
Okay. Now you get... blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and do strength +2 for Force Palm.
Do I get the stab bonus in this specific situation?
Yes, you do get the stab bonus for this one.
It's the same.
Alright. One more. I need you to do Force Palm's accuracy at a -4. Wow. Pretty decent rolls all around. As Brooke holds the toasty cat upon his head, Zeal doesn't really start off strong, but he's determined to help. And the flames manage to intensify as Riley is exerting more and more force on the pillar. The ice of the pillar starts to melt, and you all can hear a cracking, crumbling noise as the ice, which was helping keep the rock parts of this pillar stable, begins to shed itself in rivulets down its surface, and Riley taking out the base from it with one push and then another with further and further force. You're actually starting to move the bottom portion of the pillar, scraping somewhat on the surface of the ice, and with one last push from both of you, the last icy bits keeping it stable at the top shatter, and you shove the pillar aside, sending it toppling in an array of rubble that cascades across the floor in a wide cone, having cleared what is beneath.
What is beneath?
Zeal pants from the exertion of an extended flamethrower and is limp and toasty on Brooke's head. Heck yeah! Great job, Zeal, Brooke says. Zeal looks happy for this.
Tucker barks to that too, to add extra encouragement.
Thanks for letting me help, Riley.
Thanks for helping. Do you need a drink?
I'm fine. I can just lick the floor.
He's not wrong.
Actually, I was gonna say, but you're talking to the frozen dude, but actually, he's a fire type. He can probably deal with that situation.
I think it'll be fine.
I can picture a fire type lapping an ice floor, and they end up making a little bowl of water for themselves because of heat into the floor, you know.
Just lick, 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 lick.
Slurp.
Brooke will set Zill down. He does not want to be the floor that Zill licks.
You want water.
I mean, Zeal isn't licking at the moment. He's just limp on Brooke's head.
Not anymore. Now he's limp on the floor.
That's fine. He can be limp on the floor. In which case, he will lick the floor.
Alright, what's here?
In place of the pillar, when you all clear away the rubble and
Tucker's
Snow
gonna
dust,
use his
snow and ice dust.
Tucker will use his fluffy tail to clear out the rubble and debris.
It's some sort of array. You've all seen the alchemical and magical circles that people have for characters and things like that.
Oh,
Kind of
God,
like
it's a
that.
transmutation circle.
Not exactly. It is a circle. The array inside is geometric in nature. Diamonds, squares, rectangles, harshly turning lines connecting one another. It's difficult to make sense of at first glance.
I have no idea what this is.
When you look at it with Aura Vision, Riley, you do see that it is the core of that spider web of energy you saw earlier. Tucker, when you open your dark eye at the moment, the circle glows. But you do not see the same web of energy that Riley does.
Tucker will probably be the first one to pipe up about what he sees.
It's like the middle's glowing through my eye.
He motions to his oddly affected eye.
Yeah. And it just goes out in a weird spider webby pattern out from all over. Still have no idea what this thing is.
Tucker kind of looks around and interrupts Riley.
That's weird, I don't see that.
As we're having this conversation, Brooke's fucking touching it.
I mean, that's fine.
Brooke reaches down and touches it. Hey,
Does he
Brooke,
die?
you blink. And around you, everything is dark. And you see the looming visage of augmentation before you again. It doesn't say anything this time. But instead, with one large claw, it reaches down and, like yours, touches the array. The rest of you, Brooke is in a brief trance, and then the room flares to life. The array glows brightly, and the energy beneath it suddenly becomes visible in spectrum, lighting up the room in an aurora of colors, as it washes out from the middle in a great wave. The icicle pillars are colored in a myriad of hues of violet, blue, indigo, and pink. The corridors are colored in every color of the rainbow. And it almost seems as though there's a curtain of Aurora Borealis hanging at the top of the chamber.
Oh, wow.
Tucker just
what
remarks.
the fuck did you do? There are two kinds of people.
Very nice.
By the way, get a will back for doing that.
Oh, you're rewarding his bad behavior.
I rewarded yours.
That's true.
It's not really a bad behavior. He activated it. It doesn't seem
I feel like
dangerous.
just touching glowing objects is generally a bad idea.
To be
like-
fair, only we two saw it as glowing.
we were talking about it, and Brooke's like, I'm gonna touch it.
Well, it's not going for him. So, that more further inspection required.
What's it feel like?
That's actually a good question. You're gonna send.
So Brooke, you come to, The room is different. Varian, it's not always a good idea. This could have gone badly if I were a terrible person.
Nice. I don't.
What's up?
I don't know. It was
You don't know what?
very. I don't know my reaction. This is very out of nowhere.
I don't think I processed whatever you just said.
No, I have no idea what he's mumbling about.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's okay. Each of you has, at the very least, vaguely talked about your visions before. Also, Riley about the fact that he hasn't had any, but
Yeah.
that's to be expected.
Tucker has definitely dispensed information about his.
I believe Brooke has talked to some extent about his visions with augmentation. Ralph just described his as a tree, which isn't wrong.
Yeah.
Brooke looks around. Whoa, what just happened? He looks at Riley. I don't know, I just touched it. Then I saw augmentation for a second. Now the room is different. So, do you take your claw off the array at any point? Right after he says that. As you do, there's an almost mechanical clicking noise with a very distinct tinging to it because of the ice structure as the array starts to move. The circle rotates and bits and pieces pop up and start to form and interlock together into the vague shape of an avian statue.
I am on guard.
It is posed with its wings partially outstretched, and it catches the light quite nicely, mostly taking on pink and violet hues.
Nice.
Tucker is less ready. He's actually just kind of... He's just kind of wowed by everything going on in this room at this point. He thinks it's very pretty.
Alright, Brooke, if you would like to see if you recognize it, give me a smart nature logic.
Does the voice in my head recognize it?
No.
Damn.
Not offhand. Unfortunately, this statue is a bit abstract.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna start referring to him as the voice in my head because it amuses me.
Unfortunately, you do not recognize the specific species. There are multiple Pokemon that this could be, even amongst, avians that live in colder climes. Though there are only so many bird Pokemon that are associated with ice that it could possibly be.
Is the statue up on a Is it just a statue on the ground, effectively? Like, it was a little hard to understand how it formed.
I'm sorry. So,
It's okay.
it is on the ground. The array became the statue.
Oh, okay.
It is a centerpiece. All those geometric shapes, they sort of slid out and interlocked and formed into the statue.
Ah, alright. Tucker, not feeling particularly fearful, kind of goes up to the front of the statue and just kind of sniffs around it.
Honestly, at the moment, it is hard for you to discern between your two different forms of vision at the moment because of what has happened.
Even
It is
closer to
almost
nine.
as if both versions of the room are now the same.
Huh. That's very weird, actually.
Same for Riley, actually.
Huh.
Does the statue have energy in it now, then? Since it was in the middle in the first place? Like,
Yes.
does the glow now exist within the statue?
In fact, Riley, you can also make a smart nature logic roll.
Okay.
Because while Tucker can see the light through the object, you can see the shape the energy takes. You also don't recognize it. I am a sad.
I have no idea what this is, but then again, I'm also kind of stupid.
Aw.
That's so mean. To yourself.
He is. It'd be hard for him to get much stupider, to be honest. It's only...
I wonder if this place requires an aspect to activate. Brooke wonders. What even is this place?
If those that had aspects were here before, maybe we could find some answers around here.
Then again, if that is true, and it's been long enough for that whole pillow to have formed over top of this thing. And again, I'm not very smart, but that can't have happened in a short amount of time.
Is there anything else in the room that looks important? So, there is writing at the base of the statue. Assuming
would be
that
first
Burke
to
is
notice it.
kind of still kneeling a bit, Burke will have been the first to have noticed this.
Oh, okay.
It's not in a language that you recognize readily.
Do you have any way to transcribe it? Because there's a certain Mawile, I think, who might be able to make heads or tails out of writing we don't understand.
Gosh.
It's a pair of lines, and it uses a very weird script. It is flowing, but each letter, or what could be construed as a letter or symbol, has multiple smaller branching off bits on it, almost like the branches of a snowflake, for instance. It is definitely not the same language as you are used to, either as humans or as Pokemon in the Plains continent up to now. But you do know at least 2 Pokemon that could probably help you with this. Mawile, and if that fails, you can always ask your local librarian.
Do we have anything in which we can transcribe it on? Or with? for that
There
matter?
is Ralph's map.
Back
But
of
you
the-
write it on the map.
You could write it on the back of the map.
Yeah.
Using something.
Well-
Let's see.
Ralph does have a spike. If someone were kind enough to scorch the end of the spike, it might act like charcoal.
That is a
Decent
great
writing.
idea.
If that doesn't work, squish a berry. We'll try using that as an ink.
Or that. That'll work too.
Yeah, I think we might be better off squishing a berry on that note. Here's a berry. The squish.
Gotta call Ralph over to write this down.
Yeah, I shall.
Hey, smart guy.
Yes.
Do something smart.
Alright, everyone watch. Roll.
Watching,
Roll to shine.
Zeal says from the floor as he continues to lap at the small puddle he has created.
I love the fact that in universe, Riley just saying a smart guy do something smart was all Ralph needed to know what to do.
Point. I'll take the spike out and I'll stick it in Zeal like a pencil sharpener.
No.
Zeal?
Why?
Yeah, because it's gotta be fire.
Stab him!
No.
Well, Riley did offer over a berry if you wanted to use berry to ink instead of char the spike, but it is totally up to you what you want to do.
Try the spike would be better. Plus, it's funny. I stick the spike in his mouth like it's like he's a pencil sharpener. I'm gonna prompt him like, "Hey, try this up."
Okay. You've laid the spike on his tongue. He brings his tongue in and the tip of the spike with it, and there's just a poof. And now the spike is charred.
Very nice.
And this is easier now, because now you can just lay the map against the statue and just take an etching.
Yes. Which is better go get it more accurate.
Tucker will stick a drink from the bowl of water that Zeal has made. He still has a taste to get out of his mouth. Nicely done, Key, by the way. Art Key, just to let you guys know.
Your hand drop map has been altered. Its description now includes frozen inscription, 2 lines.
Nice.
Oh my god.
That's really nice. I like that a lot.
Well, these are both really nice.
This sums up how I feel.
Left one's from Kaleheart. Right one is from Keysmith.
+3 psychic damage. Yeah, I think I just about should have taken some psychic damage from that. I did have a little bit of a mental breakdown there.
It's really nice, Kel. Maybe I'll use that for the thumbnail.
Alright.
Either that or the snow one. I'm not sure which yet.
So, I will now add a side quest.
Oh.
Figure out what the fuck is going on there. You know, we're getting more side quests faster than we can do these side quests. Like, fucking hell.
But I know a few of these could be stacked up and done it together, so that's not so bad.
We've been doing this one side quest for like 20 episodes.
Side quest.
I hope y'all are ready for another 17 years of Pokerole. Because at the rate we're going, that's about how long it's gonna take.
Oh, goodness. Well then. Now I have to ask. Does the leader's standing order for arrest still stand?
I want to... Can we try and figure out a way to turn this thing off first? Because I want to try and turn it off and have somebody else turn it back on. So I want to test the whole aspect activation only theory. Because we have to have a very convenient method of testing whether or not the aspected person can or cannot turn it off, i.e. having both.
I was going to say, that relates to what you're saying. Tucker was probably going to touch it at some point because he was sniffing around the statue. I don't know if that'll do anything, but just bringing that up since you brought that up.
Unfortunately, unlike Brooke, you do not receive any sort of weird vision or anything. Order to rest is still standing. So, unfortunately, there is no double activation or deactivation at the moment.
If Riley touches it, does it deactivate?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Riley will eventually touch it.
Roll me a will.
Oh god. Well, at least I got my will back recently. My brain's gonna melt. Ooh, that's bad.
So, Riley, you touch it, and for a moment, it's almost like you're watching something from the outside.
Oh, I know what that's like. Been there, done that.
It's the same dark area, but Tiber's there. He's the one with his hand on the statue. And there's something strange. You're accustomed to the crimson aura from Tiber, but there's these strange, chaotic tendrils that are opposite him on the other side of the statue.
Can I shift my camera angle to see what is on the other side of the pedestal?
It doesn't have shape or form as we might define it. It simply is. It feels like you're looking at a flame, and it's not. Like a creature made of red wisps of smoke that burn. And just as suddenly as you have put your hand on the statue, you pull away. The statue recedes, and the room goes dark.
So
Riley will say out loud, but it is mostly to the voice in his head.
Mhm.
Did you see that too?
Never had to see that before. I guess I really am a failure.
What was that thing?
In your mind, you can see Tiber grinning. A weapon. And that's where we're going to call this session.
No! Come on!
That's quite fair. It is after all after 11, which is quite late for our session. This is a fun time. Lights out.
Yeah,
bedtime.
this was a good.
Lights out bedtime. Sad. Tucker was going to look at the aurora as he took a rest, but now it's gone.
It's fine. So here's the thing. Since y'all are resting, you may recover to full. Brooke, give yourself one extra will because you did the thing and I rewarded you. I'm not taking that away just because you rested.
Okay, restore to full HP will then.
Yes.
Okay.
Shouldn't have let the unaspected guy touch the statue. Now it's turned off again.
It's fine. You can probably turn it back on.
Have somebody else touch it, yeah.
Tucker
Somebody ain't me.
didn't Tucker touched it while it was activated, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing happened. You might try touching
Correct.
the floor. Now he's just curious about the thing. He's not really scared of it well, I'm not saying Riley was scared of it. Also, I'm going to fix your sheet, Tubby. There you go.
Hang on. Also...
Don't be stupid.
Or, I'm sorry, I'm going to fix your sheet, Riley. Could tell I was zoomed in. Wait, what's that?
I wasn't paying attention when this art was dropped.
Oh.
Right at the end.
Fix everybody's sheet. There we go.
Also, you all get 2 experience for the session and 3 for the encounter with the Crabominables and the super heavy Bergmites.
So 5.
Does that count as a fight?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, get an extra XP.
It's a fight where Tucker used the polka doll to leave early. That's all.
But Eragon didn't fight. Well, he did get year.
I did get thrown across the arena, so that counts.
He got dogpiled by 1,000+ pounds of Bergmite and then yeeted across the mountainside.
I got dogpiled by 1,000+ pounds, while I myself am only like 40 pounds, and I somehow did not get crushed into a singularity. I'll take that as a win.
Thanks to my brilliant.
I just want Tubby to imagine, you know, Jolt DM going in air quotes. Riley participated.
Thanks. Cheers. Bravo. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got all this XP, and I don't know what to buy.
Alright, I just saved the table. Let me know if I need to resave it, though, of course. But, yeah.
I believe I'm good.
Give it to me and I'll buy something. I mean, you could save it till you have 50 and then buy yourself a logic point.
I feel like buying myself a logic point when I'm primed to lose 2 at any moment is not the smartest use of 50 XP.
I mean, you could always use the 50 XP to get rid of the primal.
And we fall back to the same problem, however, that I'm also primed to still lose the logic.
I actually meant to ask you about Sankar. You know how Tucker has the thing where he can only go up to 3 decks, technically?
Yeah.
I just realized, does that mean he should be able to go an extra point to something else?
I believe we talked about that.
I can't remember.
And I believe we discussed the potential of either Vitality or Strength.
Yeah, that sounds right. And we didn't... What do you think? Did we ever decide on that?
I don't think we did. Mostly because it was too far away at the time.
Okay. It's becoming more of a question since he's starting to get his stats. Actually, his stats are technically maxed. Well, almost maxed. Oh, well, yeah. Actually, they are maxed, aren't they? No, no.
And to answer your question there, Kyrio, I have bought an insight, but I've only bought 1 insight so far. And do you really want me to completely max out all of my base stats?
I mean... You've been trying to brain more lately.
Actually, one more session, and Tucker probably can get that next point. The last one he's going to get for now.
He has been trying to brain more.
Well, next session, y'all might actually receive a lot of XP, depending on what happens.
Vitality seems most favorite. I think, yeah, actually, Car, I agree. I think Vitality should be the thing he should get a bonus point into. That is to say, you can go up to 4 of it. And that's because that also plays well with what I see in this future. Better than Strength. Strength is good too, but yeah. Vitality makes a little more sense. Also, good night to you, Kyrio. I hope you have a good sleep, dude.
Yes, have a good night, everybody.
To you too.
Alright, somebody update the Wikipedia page.
For what?
This is what peak Riolu performance looks like.
Wait, did you do a stat increase that I need to tell Beerus about?
Yeah.
Personally, here you go.
He increased his insight.
Insight? Oh, 3 insight. Okay, I see.
This is legitimately what peak Riolu looks like.
Did I manage to catch Beerus' attention before he poofed? I don't know. Yes, I did. I did.
Maybe.
I did. Who said it yet?
Nice. I actually have to go mod in another stream.
All right, you have a good time then. I gotta go. Well, after I get the video compiled, I gotta go work with Vessler about to organize the commission I'm getting with him tomorrow. So, in any case, I hope you guys had a good game. I certainly feel like I did.
Everybody's gone, so I'm gonna leave.
All right, love you, dude.
Aw. Sleep well, Eragon.
Don't you tell me what to do.
He left right after that. Like right after.
And you have a good night too. So
You too,
I'm
Car.
gonna go. And all of you who are still here in the chat, and to all of those who have contributed to the art and wonderfulness, thank you all. I hope you all had a great time. And have a good night.
Good night. All right, and that just leaves me. Let me save table over time, just in case. I think there was a change after my last save, so one more table save, and yeah. So that's session 75. The next session will be in 2 weeks, not next week, because this was our makeup. So we're not gonna go looking for it next week, but looking for it after the week after that. So I guess come by then for session 76, the finale, probably, of Mount Shiver, I would imagine, considering how long we've been on the peak. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Stick around for the end slate if you want to, string goers, but to YouTube and the rest of you, you guys have a great night, and I'll see you for the next session. Good night.